Right. Let me just get my little thing on. Alright. Here we go. Taking a sip for good luck. What are the options? I just literally paused everything and save off screen. Okay.
Are you ready for the best prices? Let's go. When you order this mower within 1 minute, you will get 2 more for absolutely free. This offer is only for a limited time. Don't hesitate to call now.
3 mowers. Is there like any Easter eggs? Where's her? Oh, there's her phone.
Hello?
Hey, Ray. It's Margaret. Sorry for calling so late, but I'm going out of state for
Hello, Patty.
Could you please take care of my cat, water the flowers, and occasionally pick up my mail? I would really appreciate it.
Never knew a Margaret that had like end in THE. Hello, Peak. Like I've seen Margaret like spelled like that, but now with an E at the end. I must look, and I hope you have good night of spooky games. I assume you're playing more of that new game with David. I saw like a Discord said like a bunch of you were like playing. I think it was like you, two, Crown, and like a handful of others. Because it looks like it's like a 6-on-6 game.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Olson. Of course, I'd be happy to help. When I get home from work in the evenings, I can take care of everything you need.
Great, thank you. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Won't you come over to my apartment now so I can show you what you'll need to do?
I'll be there in a minute.
Miss Olsen lives in apartment number 2. She's the best neighborhood person to ask for. I'm glad she chose me for her apartment. I'm just going to clear out one thing because I know Vaughn sends a little thing. So does my server, so I might as well clear that out real quick. Okay, there we go. Just so I don't think there's a bunch of Discord notifications about it. Okay. There's a mouse and keyboard game, which is not great, but I'll survive. Okay, so what is this? Reliving millennial childhoods? I have no idea. Oh! That's like a big giant crack. Okay. $71 per night. Trailer for rent. I mean, that's not terrible for like a hotel's type of stay. Do not knock, ring. Okay. Can I like look around? So they have a bathroom and laundry in all the same room. Cool. This is the bedroom. Very nice and quaint. This is the closet. Okay. I'm gonna get jump scared, aren't I? Like, she's gonna pop. Oh, no, she's not gonna pop out. Where's your. Oh my god, look at all the cat food. Where's that? Cat food? Or is that like all like fried beans and stuff like that? There's just a plate right there. Oh, I can like zoom in. Meow food. Okay, yeah, it's all cat food. Hello, Lucas. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm playing a bunch of little like horror games. Okay, I just think it's genius to put wash and dryer in the bathroom. I mean, yeah. I mean, for us, it has its own separate room because when the house was made originally, they had the extension and then a tiny little extension. So there's just this one tiny room that has, our dryer, washer, and then like a meat freezer. So technically, we have like 3 fridges in the house. We have our fridge in the kitchen. Then we have one in the garage that stocks just drinks like water, soda, stuff like that, beer. So when people like come over for like parties, they can just like grab that. Like they know to go from there. Because they always like to stock it with like different things. And then we have a freezer, just a freezer that's for like meats, stuff like that. Yeah, it's literally is the party fridge. If people are coming over, you put your drinks in there. Because like our parties are like BYOB. Like if you want to bring your own wine bottle, bring your own beer, bring your own soda, feel free, throw it in there, take it from there. And then if we have like things like macaroni salad, cakes, stuff like that, fruits, we put in that fridge as well. So we can just bring it out for the party and instead of like having our kitchen fridge take up so much space.
Wow, looking good, Ray. You're a charming man.
You're a charming man.
Thank you, Mrs. Olson. What should I do first?
At the end of the hall is a door to my junk room. In that room, there's a watering can. Please bring it here.
I know like I think it was like the Drill Massacre game and stuff like that. They really made like this wow looking good Suki. You're a charming man. The way she says it, it's just immediately, it's just like it gives me a little giggle. But I know like the Drill Massacre games, they like made this like the style of faces for some horror games, like where it's like a real face like just kind of like stretch over a head, and it's very like uncanny valley-esque. Yeah, like a scan onto a character. Oh, there's the cat. My man is like drugged out. Oop. Oh.
Here in the living room are the first 2 plants.
Oh, do I have to like tap it? Okay.
Last 2 plants are in the bedroom. I'll wait for you here.
I'll wait for you here. Yeah, what the fuck's in that cat food? I wonder what this scares. Is she gonna be like evil? Oh, she's gone. Alright, I think we are going to go feed the cat now. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Okay.
I usually feed Kitty half a can in the morning and evening. Since you're coming only in the evening, just give her a whole can then. The cans are in the kitchen.
Meow food zmard. Oh, do we just have it casually like right there? I tell you what, the voice acting they did for her is like pretty perfect. Like it's both silly and creepy at the same time. Do we just like wait for the cat?
No need to get the mail today. I already did it. Here are my apartment and mailbox keys, plus $50. Appreciate your help.
Smiley face.
Thanks a lot. I'll make sure everything's taken care of.
Just in case. I'll write all the tasks down and leave the note here somewhere. If you need anything, feel free to call me anytime. See you next week.
Take care and good night.
Let's go back to my apartment and go to sleep. I think I forgot to turn off the lights. I don't... What? I didn't close the front door. I shouldn't risk that if it's not my apartment. Dude, she's still there. There's no reason for you to, like, really worry. Okay, actually, I'm kind of curious now. Oh, we can't even go all the way up. What is our house like? Oh, wow, the rooms are actually quite different. Yeah, it is like one of those type of faces. Finally home from work. First, I'll pick up the mail for Miss Olson and me. Okay. Rip. Okay. So she's number 2. Go to your travel agency. Something like I live in our apartment. Yeah, okay. And then ours is 4. 40 search for escaped psychiatric patient. In chilling term events, quiet town. Prone to a sip. Oh, that's literally where she's going. We are doing everything prepared, locating safely Prince Mr. Whitmore, so please Chief Margaret Ellison in the press conference here today. We ask the community to stay calm, do not approach him. Instead, contact the authorities immediately if you see anything suspicious. So literally, I think that's literally she's going is there. So he's gonna come here, isn't it? Oh, where do plants feed Kitty? Thank you again. Where's the... Oh, the guy just stays in his chair. Okay. Time to feed Kitty. Do I, like... Can I... So, can I turn on? And then I can go to the apartment and get some sleep. I have a feeling if we, like, don't check every room every day, it gets, like, progressively worse. Like, that's the trick here. Another day, another mail collection. Like, I'm gonna, like, look around. Okay. I can't go out too far. Okay. Rip. Don't say I'm broke, say I'm financially challenged. Do not bend. Ever Blue Insurance Company. Seriously, do not bend and spend. Leave the letter at our apartment. Insurance company. Don't know what it could be. Nothing for us. Okay. I'm really curious what, like... Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Insurance card? Probably. Maybe that's why it's not... Hold on. Where's the plant? Is it somewhere else? Oh, so it begins. Kitty. Is something the matter? Okay, so that's like the first start. They're starting to figure me out. I'm gonna call Miss Olson. Can we like do it from our own apartment?
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Olson? I've got a problem. A plant is missing. The one in the living room.
Hey, Ray. Really? Everything else is fine. Just one plant disappeared.
Yes, well,
Okay, I didn't expect it to go back. Did you neglect to tell me that plant babysitting is Artery from Little Hush? What if that's the twist here?
it's here. It literally wasn't here a few seconds ago. I'm not crazy, am I?
Maybe you're tired. Sorry if I'm bothering you that much with my work.
No, that's definitely from my work. I hate it there. Sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna go water them. Bye.
I just love the cutaway gag. I'm just like, it's not, and then he just stares at it like, you son of a bitch. I do hope it's one of those games where we just don't die at the end of the 7 days. Like, it's like this little thing, like, little tricks like this. Like the cat food all disappears and stuff like that. Like, little, like, spooky things. Not like, full, like, hey, run from the murderer. Yeah. See, I would love that. Tiny Feet Kitty. Very cute cat. Done. I'm excited to go to my bed. Also, do we like are supposed to put the mail here, or does it do that automatically? Can we just like... I've decided to go to my bed. Felt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The music plays as we're going to bed like, oh my god, something's about to happen. Then nothing happens. I know one of these times it's going to change. I wonder what's waiting for me in the mailbox today. I would love to see, like, someone watching us. Like, is that a person? Or is that just a weird shadow? Oh, I think that's just the shading. Okay. Amazing interest up to 0.03% per annum for your deposits. Right, free debit card. Hey, new bank, maybe I should put my money there. Fine, let's go to our apartment. What? I heard that. Having fun, man? Absolutely. I don't know if I missed that spook, but I definitely heard, like, someone breathing. Kind of like the... Kitty is sure hungry. Also, did the music always stop like that? Kitty, you must have lost your bowl. Oh. Okay. Wait, do we, like, look for it? Or do we just call? Whatever. Those won't be acting if I leave the food on the floor. I mean, I would. Maybe that was the thing. We lose the food bowl now, and like things get progressively worse. Oh, they're really caring about the lights, huh? Alright, finally can go to sleep. Check our house real quick. Nothing seems out of ordinary. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Close the door. We go to bed. I wonder what the next thing. So food, obviously, was expected. The plants. Did we find the plant? We did find the plant. The plant just showed up. Literally, we're like, Miss Olsen, one of your plants disappeared. And as we say that and like turn to look where the plant like was, we turn and the plant was back, and we're like, it's back now. I don't know where it was, but it's back. And then today, or well, not today, but the previous night, the food bowl disappeared. There's totally gonna be something here, right? Guy is supposed to be hiding. debit card from Bank 38 right today. I'm very excited. I was really looking forward to this moment. My first debit card. What the heck, Kitty's bowl? How did this end up here? Let's get to our apartment. This is getting creepy. Yeah, that made a very loud noise. Oh! God, that got me.
Was that disgustingly loud sound? Screw it. I'm drunk as a skunk anyway. You're the one who's taking care of Margaret's apartment now, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Sorry if I disturbed you.
Okay, in all seriousness, if someone was really drunk, they would not say I'm drunk as a skunk. If you're drunk, you're probably just saying I'm drunk. You're not going to go a full statement like that.
What were you doing there so late yesterday? It was 3 o'clock in the morning.
What? By that time, I was sleeping in my bed. I wasn't in her apartment.
Cat's dead or I'm effed up.
I saw you. I was coming back from the pub. You were waving at me from the window.
You were just seeing things. I was really sleeping.
Drunk loser making shit up again. Dude, my guy, there's someone inside the houses. Oh, see? Wanted. Okay, so we put that back. We are so gonna die, I guess. Turn around, I saw at the bottom of the stairwell. What? Maybe it was a miss-it type of thing. No, I should probably have been checking, like, here to see if there was someone, like, at the beginning of the drive. Under the wall said hip. Oh, yeah, rip. Yeah. Which one did I order? Did I not order you? Seeing Kitty eating is the cutest part of my day. I can't wait. Is Kitty going to disappear? No, Kitty's still there. Let's get some sleep. So I wonder if this is going to go for the whole week, or if it's just going to, like, stop suddenly. Yep. But we are so likely dead. Finally, home. Today's my last day taking her to Miss Olson's apartment. So we're gonna die today, right? Yep. Right there, rip. Don't say I'm hungry. Say I'm experiencing an acute and imminent need for. Oh God, intervent. Okay, wait. I'm experiencing an acute and imminent need for neutral intervention. This condition is categorized by rapidly diminishing energy reserve, occupied by persistent rumbling sound emanating from my abdomen. The current lack of sustenance is leading to a noticeable decline in cognitive function, overall food movement stability. My stomach is effectively staging a protest against the absence of food with increasing urgency. Immediate actions required to restore equilibrium and prevent further deterioration. A carefully selected meal or snack would be highly beneficial in addressing this critical state. I really anticipate the prompt delivery of a suitable nutritional solution to ameliorate this pressing matter. Wow, that's a mouthful. Happy Paul's Pet Club. Something like that, live in our apartment. Square 30 shuts down just 2 days after voting. Are you kidding me? My difficult ride yesterday. Wow. So the bank collapsed after 2 days. Wait, okay, get these there. I'm surprised we didn't see like any. So we're probably gonna die, but I'm surprised we didn't see like anything more. Not too bad. Things have been going good. Been playing a lot of different games. The plant didn't disappear. I've been busy a lot lately. For some reason, like back to school season is like a really busy period for me, being like a retail worker. Let's go feed Kitty for the last time. Sad face. See, that's the most realistic part of this game. But also celebrated the anniversary lately, which was very nice. And now looking forward to my October being filled with a engagement party. Not for me, but like my brother engagement party, a cousin's wedding, and then like a Halloween / birthday party. I have like a busy next month ahead. Oh my god, because we don't put the watering can down, it mixes with the food. So we're gonna get like stabbed in our apartment. Done. It's good to go. Good night, Kitty. I've been kind of sad that I couldn't like make like Justin's like his labyrinth thing, but the problem I had with that was that it's on Mondays, and Mondays I have like assistant collab going on, and I was like, hey, I'm letting you know, Justin, like if the collab doesn't end, like if we didn't beat the game, I'm not gonna probably be joining. And then he'll check in, like, hey, are you able to make an event? And I'm like, I told you, like, unless the collab's over, like, there's no making it, sadly. But I am also looking forward to Space Marine 2 in the next week, because that's going to, well, it's already, I think, dropping in a day or two, or tomorrow, but I'll be playing the end of next week, so I'm very excited for that. Ms. Olsen should be home by now. I'm going to return her the keys. Okay, we're gonna get stabbed in her apartment. Okay, so we can't open up her mailbox anymore. There's nothing in our mail. And we're gonna get stabbed.
Hi, Mrs. Olsen. It's good to see you.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a foreign man in my apartment. He attacked my neighbor and now they're fighting.
Oh.
It's my apartment. Mine. Get out. Everybody out.
At that incident, police found 2 lifeless bodies. One of a 23-year-old man and the other of a 68-year-old woman. He sounded American. Furious owner of apartment number 2, Harold Whitmore, escaped from the scene. Okay. Police never found him. Thank you for playing Her Apartment. I'm very grateful that you bought my game and then supported the development of future ones. If you like this game, you can rate it on cheer.com. Not too bad. I mean, I like the little thing of like the plant missing, and then we just looked where it was, and we're like, that it's back. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. The voice acting though is what got me. This next one is going to be a very interesting one. Depending how it goes, I might end it early because it's one of the ones where it's like PS1 graphic style horror games, which are kind of big right now. So if it's a bit too hard to like play, I might switch to something else. Oh god, it is pretty bad. Alright. It's called bad parenting, which describes my childhood. Mr. Redface? Mom, you're home late again. Come on, I was busy with work. Can you have some sympathy for me? But today is my birthday. Oh, of course, I know that. Then where's my gift? Ooh. You know, a part of me is like, kid, don't be that. But then again, we were all like that age at one point, like 8 years old. Like, it's my birthday. I'm not gonna ask for gifts, but I definitely want gifts. We all been there. Have you ever heard of Mr. Redface? On the birthday of good children, Mr. Redface secretly leaves gifts while they are asleep. Really? Of course. If you want to get your gift, you have to go to bed right away. I'm going to bed right now, Mom. You're fooling the kid again. How many times have you come home this late? I was working. My shift ended late. Bullshit. You still think I'm an idiot, don't you? Hey, little shit. Get back to your room. Don't stand here eavesdropping on grown-up conversations. Does the mom have a beard? It almost seems like, okay. Almost like clay animation looking. God. This place is huge looking. Can we, like... This is our room. I thought the open room was ours. What? Is that the gift from Mr. Redface? No way. Hi, I'm Ron. What? You can talk? Of course, because I was created by magic. You even have the same name and appearance as me. Oh no. I don't like where this is going. That's right. My master made me just for you. But your neck seems a bit loose. It's okay. Sometimes my master makes mistakes. This is just a small flaw compared to the other dolls. Reminds me of Nicola's Bang Boo. Yeah. What's important is that from now on, I'll be your best friend. That sounds wonderful. Do you want to play something with me? My master stored my toys in the closet. Can you get them for me? We're gonna die, right? That's the thing. The closet's still stuck. Can you try that again? I tried my best. I can't open it. Do you want me to do something else? I'm hungry. You're a doll. Can you even eat? No, you'll be the one eating. But I'll be able to feel everything you eat. My master linked all your senses and emotions to me, so I can easily understand you. Wow, that's amazing. We are so gonna get turned into a toy. Now I'm kind of curious what the empty room was. Cigarettes, beer. You're reading this letter at 1 p.m., aren't you, sleepyhead? I prepared your favorite dish in the fridge, so remember to heat it up before eating. Lately I know you've been getting lazy about eating. I don't have much time at home, so please learn to take care of yourself and stop making me worry. One more thing, don't forget that you take your medicine after eating. You're holding something up. Do I put him like here? God, this is gonna turn out bad, ain't it? Redface totally killed the dad, right? And like, where's our medicine? Is it like on here? What is our medicine anyway? Is this our medicine? Is that your favorite dish? Do you want to see me perform some magic? Yes, please. Alright, I'll make this plate of food never run out. Every time you finish eating, the dish will be restored to its original state. Wow, that's amazing. What else can you do? Oh no. My buddy's just pounding him back. Okay. Not bad. That was interesting. Didn't scare me, but I didn't expect a jump scare. I was actually very intrigued by that. What just happened? I don't know. You guess. Oh no, the bottle. My dad's going to whip my ass. I hope he's still asleep. Your dad? Don't worry. My master is taking your dad away. Oh. What did you say? So is the whole thing like parents don't make up lies to your children? Oh. Where's my dad? As I said, my master is taking your dad away. Why? Because your dad is a bad person. He often hits and yells at you. Parents like that are taken away by my master to protect children like you. So I wonder if this is supposed to be, it's going to be like I think it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be like one of those like, hey, parents don't lie to your children, you know, bad things will happen, like they'll believe in the wrong things. Or it's going to be like one of those Krampus situations where it's like, hey, bad parents will be taken, bad parents will be, killed, and the kids will be taken away, in a bag, like one of those like old like myth tales. But this is too much. My dad doesn't deserve that. He's a bad person. No, he's not. Please, let my dad go. I'm begging you. Alright. But my master wasn't like this. It's quite a long way to where your dad is being held. You'll have to use a shortcut if you want to get there in time to save him. Show me the way. The shortcut is through your closet. This game is so weird. It is. So we can't take him. He's just there. So. Oh, so he does like teleport. Okay. You still can't open it. That's disappointing. I guess we'll have to use your parents' closet then. This is weird. You should know that these closets can function as portals. They can take you anywhere you want, including where your dad is being held. Give it a try. There's nothing in here. Oh, right, I forgot. There are a few steps you need to take to activate this shortcut. Bring your dad's radio and place it in front of the closet. What the fuck? His radio? This radio will work like an elevator button. You need to select a frequency first. If you choose the right frequency, the door will open to the place you need to go. Do I just like do a little puzzle now? Like, what is going on? Seems like that's not it. Let's try again. Do I have to like click? Do I have to click it again? Okay. Oh, oh, that's definitely not it. I think this is the one. Go ahead and step in. I'll stay here and watch the house. There's... Oh, so it is going to be like a Krampus thing, ain't it? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, this is going to go poorly, huh? Wait. Who are you? She looks like the... Oh, what's it called? She reminds me of from Courage the Cowardly Dog, like the little chihuahua thing. Like this fortune teller. What's up? I'm looking for my dad. Describe. My dad's name is Bruce. Wait a moment. I like that. Like, describe. His name is Bruce. Immediately knows. There are many Bruce here. Any more details? Is this Bruce a good Bruce or bad Bruce? Well, my dad is the kind of person who gets a bit angry. So he's a bad Bruce. Let me see. There are still many bad Bruces. More specifics, please. What else does he do? He often yells. Still not enough information. Sometimes he hits me. And slaps too. And that's all. The door is behind you. That's it? Like, immediate... What the fuck is this? Okay. It's gonna be the wrong one, ain't it? Oh. Boo. Haha, he just got startled. Who are you guys? Just like you, we're kids on our way to find our parents. We're staying here for a bit. Do you want to join us? I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry. Okay, see you later. Okay, so they literally turn into dolls. Okay. He's just like laying in a grave. What? Dad? Please, stop punishing me. It's me, Dad. Please stop punishing me. What has he done to you? Come on, let's go home, or Mr. Redface will take both of us. Please stop punishing me. We're gonna turn around and he's gonna be there. Oh, okay. Oh, we can't go. Oh. Spell. Oh. Yep, we're a doll now. Oh. Or not. Oh, okay. Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, Mom, what's wrong with you? Because your head just, like, twisted in a way it shouldn't have twisted, you know? Why are you hiding in the closet? So we're still in the thing. Mr. Redface is taking Dad. Oh, well that's a good thing then. I'm not joking. It's a long story, let me explain. How's your doll Ron doing today? Is it alright? The doll? Mom, how do you know about it? Oh, is this gonna be like a Coraline thing? Of course I know, since you haven't taken your medicine today. This isn't the first time you've had such hallucinations. Every time you tell a different story, the common factor is always that stupid doll. Don't you remember the previous times? No. I don't know what is wrong with you. Just go to bed. It's midnight already. Either the mirror's broken or there's someone like in the shadow. That sounded like a body falling. I don't know if that's from our room or... Okay, this is totally a Coraline situation. This is what it's supposed to be. Okay. What just happened, son? Are you alright? Okay, I swear she's fake, because I swear her body fell. Like, it was like a doll, you know, falling. Like, hey, this scene is over. You're not needed right now. Do you feel better now? Yeah, Mom. It's Mr. Redface. It's alright. Tomorrow I'll take a day off to stay at home and take care of you. Really? Promise me, Mom. I promise. Now go back to sleep. Yes, Mom. Yeah, she's a pod person. Yeah, she's not real. She's not real. Mom? You've broken the promise again. Like, can we just, like, go back? Are we supposed to go in our room? Okay, the kitchen's open. That's our medication. Okay, so what's gonna happen next? Oh, wow. He's really beat up. What happened to you? My master beat the shit out of me. Okay. He wasn't happy about what happened yesterday. I'm sorry, this is my fault. By the way, have you seen my mom anywhere? My master's taken her away. What? It just happened. I'm sorry I couldn't stop him. You should run away, because he'll come back soon to take you too. No, I have to save my mom and my dad too. How? Did you see what he did to me? I think the doll just like look at me and like, come on. I found this at my dad's prison. I think it might help us defeat him. That's the spell to defeat Mr. Redface. Come on, quickly go into the closet to find where your mom is being held. Oh yeah, we have to go for our parents' closet because we can't, like, go through ours. They're just hiding. Quickly, throw this spell in here. Take cover. Do I have to take cover with the others? I'm so confused what's going on. This is a confusing game. Target eliminated. Team deathmatch. Slayer, King of the Hill. You guys are just hanging out here, not saying anything. You're gonna, like, talk to me, buddy? Like, do I, like, run away? Oh, I just come back here? Oh. What's happening to you? My master has been defeated. The magic he can cast on me is also fading. Are you disappearing? Don't worry. This is what I wanted. You should go outside and see your parents. We're so dead, right? That's the whole thing. We didn't actually defeat him or something. We just, like, cast our soul away. Dad, Mom. Y'all are free now. Oh. You've been having an affair, haven't you? I told you I was busy with work. Oh, it's supposed to be a thing where, like, Mr. Redface is the, person having an affair with. Liar. You've neglected this family for another man, aren't you? Ashamed to lie to your son? And what about you? Do you think you're better than me? You're just at home leeching off me all year round. What kind of father are you? No matter what I do, it's my business. I still bring money home to support my child. If you still think you're lowering yourself even below that. Oh. One more word. Fine. You and I will get a divorce. One of us will have to move out of this house. If you're still here tomorrow, I'll take my son and leave. You stay right there. Oh. This game is fairly upsetting. Oh, Mr. Redface. I get it now. I won't let this happen. No, no, no. This cannot be true. I'm very sorry, Ron. Your closet. I think you're able to open it now. Oh. We're a ghost. This is me? Why didn't I know anything about these? You always known. Because I am the knowing part of you. You've tried to deny and reject these things and made up stories to make yourself feel better about you and your dad. For me, I have to find a way to lead you back to the reality. I tried many times, many ways to help you accept this truth as easily as possible. And every time I fail, guess what happens? Tick-tock boom, all the memories disappear, you once again wake up at the starting point, which is the night your dad murdered you. How long have I been dead? 14 days. It can't have been that long. What really has happened to my parents? As for your dad, he's hiding in a cheap motel room. Oh. What? Go home with me, Dad. Oh. He's tortured by what he did. And then the mom crying because we're... What about Mom? She still sees me, doesn't she? That's right, because she's only home late at night. But if it's daytime... Son? I see. So her crying on the bed was probably talking to a cop. Yep. Do you have any clues about your husband's hiding place? You just dropped something, man. What is that? It's a motel card, but I'm not sure it's mine now. You found out we were in the closet, very sad. I feel like Krieger was like, you know what? Real horror is being killed by your dad. I'm sorry for that joke, hello. It's okay. You know, we came out of the closet to torture our dad. God, that's a real, like, plot twist horror. Like, yeah, we came out of the closet to our dad, and he's like, stop torturing me with this. With this information. My guy, you're... Oh. Oh. I was like, my guy, you're sitting in the fire. It didn't occur to me that's where all their locations were. Back of the car, fire, buried. This doll has snot coming out of his nose. This doll doesn't, but the kid does. Wow. Thank you for the subsection. You missed the first two games. Game one, which was very. I think the meh. I know both. I know Lori was like it was meh. Sage was like it's a 4 out of 10. I would say right around there too. The second one was you just missed a fairly fucked up game. But you know what? You know what? It kept me pulled in. Like, you know what? I was very curious what would happen next. So I do think that game was, you know, fairly solid. The next game, you know what? If Sakura-san, if you're gonna be here, I have the perfect game for you. It is not completely done, but I saw this and I could not help but want to play it. It is called Mushroom Oasis. It's about mushrooms. All I know is I did not go anything into about this. All I know is about Mushrooms and cats. Oh, it's weird how the game capture does not always like auto fit. Or stretch to screen. Shrigma male grind set, yes. Mushroom and cat is an interesting combo. It's a very interesting combo. I was just talking to Ash about mushrooms like a moment ago. Not shocked. Oh, the pointer is a mushroom. What is your name? Suki. What is your cat's name? You know what? We're going to borrow my bunny's name. We're going to say La Fi Set. And your cat is Nail. Buffet has been missing for a while now. He's an indoor cat, but had the tenacity of a wildcat on a mission trying to leave whether the door was open. Cat use and playtime just was enough for the little mister. I feared he'd come running if I left out some food by the porch. 3 days later, still no cat. I tried everything I could think of, asking around the neighborhood, putting up missing cat posters. Sadly, nothing come from my efforts. I couldn't search for him during the day since I had work keeping me occupied. And there's only so many hours in the evening I could yell around the streets looking for him. From what I know, this game isn't finished. There are like 3 bad endings and then like a normal ending, which just means it, to be continued. It's like it's a 0.3 game. It's not a complete finish, but I saw this and I was like, this artwork. From what I know, from what the warnings said about it, is that there's jump scares and like some blood, but that was it. So I think it should be good. There's not going to be like, do not take the cat home, which was a very graphic display at times. And I'm the rat who ate the mushrooms. I wonder if we could eat the mushrooms in this oasis. That has to be like a whole little ending, right? There was only a place I could think of that he might have run off to. Woods by my house, right across the street. I definitely caught eyeing the birds and squirrels I rung alongside the perimeter from the front window, his teeth clicking in excitement. I was no outdoorsy person by any means. In fact, the thought of going in there scares me. But I had to find him, at least try. The first weekend that came around, I picked up some water, left his favorite treats, and a compass to be safe. I wasn't sure whether he'd be even looking for him, so I started walking in a straight line, calling out his name every few steps. It certainly did take long for me to realize I was way in over my head. Why did I think this was a good idea? It's hard to find my bearings with the surrounding trees. I didn't want to admit I was lost, at least not yet. I could only squint down at my compass as the needles spun slowly. Pretty sure they weren't made to do that. So one thing I learned is like, a compass is great if you're traveling in the woods, but unless you know the direction you're coming from and going, the compass is not going to help you as much, because like if you don't know if you entered like the woods from like the southeast and we're like, oh, I'm gonna go east, you can still probably be in the woods for a good while, not realizing like, hey, you passed civilization a while ago. You should have like a map or things like that as well to go with it. Did I really bring a busted compass on my first venture out in these woods? I figured that would just be my luck. The only thing risking my own safety was my own incompetence. I shook my head hastily. No time for negativity. The officer was out there somewhere, cold and lost and hungry. I had to keep going. Yeah, turn west on like 6th Street. The one thing I learned is like just give like not even streets but like descriptive places like landmarks. It's been hours. I'm so lost, so lost. I don't even know why I keep searching even after the moment I realized that. But I think this is a good idea. Hunger's been gnawing at my stomach for a while now, having missed breakfast and lunch altogether. You missed breakfast and lunch, my friend, and came out here. The heat and humidity from the afternoon sun was unbearable. The cooling air did nothing to soothe me. Even if I were to head home, I couldn't even pinpoint where that was. What do people even do in this situation? I knew it was baseless optimism. Walking onwards was really the only thing I could think of to do. I feel like I come across something familiar. I trudged on, my shoes carefully avoiding the tree roots intertwined across the forest floor. But in my weakened state, plus approaching darkness, I found myself stumbling through the rough terrain. My feet hit something soft jutting out of the ground. Eck! My hand shot out as I lost my balance. My feet clumsily tried to find purchase as I wobbled backwards, arms flailing. Poof. What? My shoe had landed smack dab in a circle of mushrooms. The brown of it causing a wispy cloud to erupt from the cluster. I stuck my nose in my elbow to avoid breathing it in. I couldn't differentiate from tree leaf from another for the life of me, but I'm pretty sure humans are supposed to inhale whatever the hell this was. It smelled strong of rotten wood and wet dirt even as it cleared. Something shiny quickly caught my attention. I stepped down to pick it up, gasping under my breath. It was Lavisette's collar, covering wherever the hell these mushrooms released. I looked around desperately for any signs of him. I like cardinal direction in video games with a map, because then it doesn't matter where someone is looking. West will mean west. In real life, though, I need a right or left. True. Lavisette. Psst, 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 psst. I caught from inhaling some of the remaining dust floating in the air. I should really steer clear from this. Packing Lavisette's collar, I retreated carefully until I can breathe again. Stepping back, I could smell it. It must have stuck in my hair and clothes. A quick once over confirmed my suspicion was a slight cringe. A thin yet generous coating of it covered my sleeve and jeans. I leaned against a tree, dusting off my clothes in a naive attempt. True, I hate maps on games that move your direction, so I don't know where North is anymore. Yeah. To get the dust and smell out, to no avail. If anything, I felt like I'm breathing more of it in. What used to be musty now turned sweat. I found myself inhaling even deeper, trying to pinpoint the smell. Cucumbers? It smelled like fresh cucumbers. A tingly feeling crept up my hands and neck, pinpricks threading across my limbs as a strange heat reached my face. Yes, let me lock that. It's one of the first things I do if it's not true. I think another thing is like motion blur. I turn off like motion blur in like a lot of games because like there's like no need for motion blur anymore. Like I get like a decade ago or even like a decade and a half ago, like motion blur was like a huge thing for video games. Like it gave like some sort of realism. But as like we get into like more of the modern day, it's just not really that useful anymore or even like that cool. Silent Hill 1 and 2 experience. I started to feel drunk and woozy. My senses were numb. It should freak me out. And yet, strange comfort washed over me. I should lie down. Right now, in fact. My legs gave out from underneath me, my body toppling over at an awkward angle. I lay there, and stared, and stared, and stared. It was nice here. A peaceful calm. The perfect place for a nap, even. My eyes grew heavy as I swam in and out of consciousness. Yep, a nap sounds good right about now. Oh. Lots of critters passing through lately. Sorry this happened to you, little one. Could have been anyone, but had to be you. Wait, a human? How'd you end up all the way out here? Still breathing, too. Ah, geez, I can't leave you here. What should I do? I woke with a jolt. It was warm, but comfortably so. I could feel the weight of the blanket on me as I tried to sit up. I couldn't move my body. My fingers twitched uselessly at my sides and my eyes started to dart around in panic. Glancing back, I could see the interior of a cabin, or at least the ceiling of one. I couldn't see much past the corner of my eyes. Where was I? How did I get here? A desperate feeling rose in my chest. I had to leave. Right now. This was wrong. Wrong. I wasn't meant to be here. I could hear the crackling of a fire nearby, like the source of warmth I had felt on waking up. I could also hear footsteps approaching. Okay. You know what? I'm going to face whatever is head on. Stay awake. It literally is Saku. It literally is fucking Saku. It's the fucking sweater. The white hair. The little horns. The big ears. So the only thing I went into this game was knowing the plot, which was we're entering this Mushroom Oasis to look for our cat, and I did not know anything else. Okay, Saku-san is part of the game. I fluttered my eyelids, starting to look at the person approaching. My eyes widened as I took in their appearance, protrusions from their forehead catching my attention. Not to mention the green skin. The stranger didn't sense my unease as they heaved a sigh of relief. You're awake. That's good. Very, very good. How are you feeling? I blinked. Oh. Sorry. I forgot about that. Here. The person held a cup to my lips, the strong, sweet smell coming from the rim. Oh my god. They look adorable. A gentle hand grabbed my chin and opened my mouth so I couldn't even move to resist. Don't worry. I'll help you feel better. I promise. Drink up. As the liquid hit my tongue, all I could feel was a vague sense of heat. As I kept drinking, taste and texture returned. Sweetness of berries and chamomile coating my taste buds. I can even detect a hint of mint. I lift my head finally, hands fisting at my sides. I prop myself onto my elbows. The person kept a steady hand on my chin, careful not to pour in too much in case I choked. Finishing every last drop, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. I stared at my fingers, realizing I had full autonomy over my body again. How did I get here? What timeline is this? Oop. I see some notifications. Let me just clear those out real quick so I don't wonder what they are. It's just Saku bullying me in the DMs, that's all. Good as new. Now, how are you feeling? It literally is fucking Saku. I swear to God, there is, art. Literally, her art is wearing the sweater and then, like, a jacket over top that's loose, hanging around. Better. Thank you. The stranger laughed. Oh, I like the way you sound. Been ages since I talked to anyone, much less with a voice as nice as yours. I brushed off their strange compliment, finally looking around the cabin properly. It was a simple room filled with sparse but decorated wooden furniture, fit for someone living alone. They even have, like, knitting over here. A wooden archway to the right leads to what I assume was the kitchen. Next to it, a door was closed shut. Possibly the bathroom? Taken in, there was a common theme of knitted decorations strewn about. Any available surface had patterned knitted tablecloths covering it. An unfinished project lay beside the bedside table, where I sat, a pair of knitting needles jutting out a pile of yarn from a small basket. As far as I could tell, it looked like the beginnings of a green scarf. The stranger was comfortable and staying silent, observing me as I glanced around. They tossed our hat onto the bed, scruffing their hair and making it even messier. With their hat off, their unique features were impossible to ignore. Sorry, but what are you? I didn't introduce myself, did I? Hiya, I'm Michael, with a Y. Michael. I shook my head. No, I meant that, Michael stared at me, their left ear twitching. You look very... He snorted. Ugly? Off... They have a blue tongue? No, just different. Different, huh? You're just being nice. Well, then explain yourself. I mean, that's kind of rude, isn't it? I paused for a moment before pinching my nose bridge, exhaling softly. I'm just... Sorry, it's been a long day is all. I should be thanking you. If it helps, it's a skin condition? Is that what you humans call them? The way they said it didn't sound confident. And the ears? Ticks? Right. And I assume the little... Are we vaguely at their horns? Antenna? Those things are just cosplay to complete the look. Would I make convincing arguments? Like, I know this classifies as a horror game, so I'm like really curious to see what, like, obviously there's gonna be horror because they said there's bad endings and stuff, but like I'm very curious to know, like, is this like gonna be a yandere situation here or like something, or like we make dumb decisions that get us killed? I squinted. Maybe. Then yeah, it's cosplay. Still doesn't explain everything. Michael huffed a nervous laugh. I would love if this person is like the person that's like giving us advice to like get out of this alive. Like, I would really love that. I think that'd be really great. But also, like, the other half of me is like, hey, wouldn't it be great if this person was a bad guy? Michael huffed a nervous laugh. Listen. Ooh. Listen, I'm just a guy living by himself in the woods. Everything's going staticky. I wonder why. You don't need to worry yourself further than that, okay? Something has tone compelled you not to question existence anymore. Oh. Maybe it's the mushrooms, like, trying to get us, like... play along. He's just some guy. Living in the woods. Completely normal. Right. Completely normal. I'm Suki. Michael beamed. Nice to meet you, Suki. I fiddled with the blankets as Michael scooted himself closer from the edge of the bed. I know I already asked, but how are you feeling? Any aches, sores, nausea? Intrusive thoughts? Weird impulses? Fever? Maybe? I don't think so. He placed his hand on my forehead before I react. His hands were calloused, quickly retracted as he gave a thoughtful hum. You seem to be lucid. That's a good sign. Great. He hummed absently. His switching ear reminded me of a protruded cat. Cat. My cat. Oh, shoot. Sorry if this is out of nowhere, but have you seen a cat around these parts? His name's Lofty. He's a sweet little thing. About this big, skittish, but he can approach strangers if he needs to. I pulled out my phone and showed a picture of him, only to find him missing from my back pocket. Wait, where is... I haven't? Huh? Your cat. I haven't seen it. Oh, I see. Something against the pillows rubbing at my temples. He lost his collar, too. Even if anyone finds him, they wouldn't be able to tell where he's from. Damn it. Michael stayed quiet, watching me from the side of the bed. You came all the way out here for a cat? Huh? Of course. To the point where you're willing to run yourself ragged this deep in the forest? For a cat? Do you realize how far you wandered away from the nearest town? I found you near unconscious in an area nobody set foot in for years. For a cat. It sounded like he was holding himself from giving me a stern lecture. I was displeased I had such little regard to my own survival. My cheeks grew heated at how super reckless that sounds. I mean, to be fair, we went in, we didn't even eat breakfast or lunch. All we did was bring in snacks, a little bit of water, and went into the forest. Yeah, we were kind of, not the brightest looking for our cat. I mean... He's not just a cat, he's my family. I know it's stupid from even trying. I had to. Michael eased up, shoulders tense as he looked at me from underneath his unruly bangs. Family, huh? He finally tipped his head at me with a smile. You're willing to wander this far for such a small critter? I met my fair share of lost campers, hunters, and a few runaway teens or two. Someone looking for their pet? You're kind of weird, aren't you? I sputtered, much to his amusement. Speak for yourself. Who cosplays in the middle of the woods? Michael laughed a deep, hearty one resonating from his chest. Fair? I think I'm starting to like you, Suki. Likewise? His smile widened, but something about it was off. He was showing too much teeth. I feel like he hasn't talked to someone in a real long time and forgot how to smile the right amount. I rubbed my neck, trying to think of something else to say. Can I ask, how did I get here? Oh, like I said, I found you in the woods not far from here. Oh, geez, really? I knew I was tired, but I couldn't have possibly... I did step in something important. Familiar pinprick scrubbed up my skin. Home. I need to go home. Michael stiffened as he grabbed my shoulder. Never mind that. You fallen unconscious from a heat stroke. Heat stroke? No, that wasn't what happened. I wasn't. I was fine up until... Michael shook his head instantly, leaning close. No, Firefly. You weren't fine at all. If I hadn't found you when I did, well, who knows what could have happened. You could have got injured or attacked by a wild animal. There's danger in these woods, you know. No, he was right. You have been so foolish. How do you think you could do this on your own? Searching for your cat in the middle of the woods, and to go in without bringing any water, passing out from heat stroke of all things. How could you have been so stupid? I shook my head, brain too foggy to compart my thoughts. You sounded confident, so why should you doubt him? Well, if it means anything, I'm glad you were there. Michael relaxed, hands on his lap once more. He grinned at me. So am I, Suki. I'm definitely glad I found you. His ears are turning a blue. Is that like him blushing? Is like turning blue? His eyes were hidden fully behind his unruly hair, but I can't help feeling his tendency there fixated onto me as he said that. The hairs on the back of my neck stood. Sure. By the distraction, I'm only just realized how uncomfortable I was sitting still. Blank on me was starting to itch as this desperate need to get home began to rise in me again. This was interesting, but I should really get going now. Wait. My host jumped up from the bed before I could. I mean, I can't just let you wander around the woods this late. Please stay a bit longer. But Michael, I really should get... Come. He grabbed my hand and led me across the room. We stepped into the kitchen and I forgot a fragrant smell of cooked potatoes and meat hanging in the air. Two plates have been set on a small circular table, complete with utensils and mugs of tea. I wasn't expecting guests today, so the food is nothing fancy. But join me for dinner? He looked so hopeful, ears drooping. You feel bad if you had to say no. You know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm hooked now. Like, okay. I'm gonna play along. Michael's jaw dropped for a second before he quickly recovered. Yes, of course. Here, come sit. I'll serve up the cottage pie in a minute. I sat uninstructed, my stomach grumbling something fierce. The smell was the only thing I could focus on. Yes, it was definitely the right choice. It was so important that you had to leave so soon. The outside world can wait. You could stay here. Enjoy my company. See? You could stay here, enjoy my company. It's obviously he's like working in your head. Oh. Actually, I should ask, are you okay with meat for dinner? I can make something else for you if that's not your preference. I don't eat meat. I'm okay with meat. I'm gonna save, because this might be like, it's actually human. I'm okay with meat. Okay, you'd be having the same dinner as me then. Michael pattered across the small kitchen with almost giddy excitement. He put on a pair of knitted oven mitts, humming as he stooped down and pulled out his string tray of pie from the wood stove. The smell filled out the kitchen in an instant as he brought it to the table, his stomach rumbling louder in response. I can't believe you were dating Saku's twin satyr right in front of her. Oh, this is adorable looking. I'm pretty sure Michael could hear it, but he just smiled as he started up our portion. Is this how like satyrs just like steal their lovers? They just like they're just in the woods, and once they just find someone like lost or knocked unconscious, and they're like, you know what, you're mine now. He discreetly cut me a bigger piece, which I was grateful for. What? Those look like M&Ms or Skittles in there. It looks so good. The crust was nice golden brown, streaked with crisp lines, and garnish. The meat was veggies filling, looked absolutely delectable. The savory sauce leaking out into the plate. My mouth was watering, unsurprised considering the fact I haven't eaten all day. Careful now, it's still hot. It was fair advice, but I couldn't wait more than 2 blows before biting into my first forkful. Ah, it was definitely way too hot to eat straight from the oven. Michael kept the polite expression, the corner of his mouth lifting, as I panted with the piece still in my mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planted on the table. Is it good? I nodded vigorously, even though my buds were burning. I couldn't taste anything. He laughed. It's usually better on the second bite. I slowed down, hand in my mouth as Michael poked his fork in his own slice. I carefully blew on the pie to make sure it was cold before taking another bite. He was right. The second bite was a lot better. The seasoned potato crust was nice and crisp on top, cheesy and creamy in the middle. The savory meat filling was well cooked and bursting with flavor. Every bite felt like home. The host watched me enjoy the meal from across the table. Do you like it? Yeah, it tastes amazing, Michael. He flushed from the... Oh my god, it literally is turning blue, is the compliment. It's like the blushing. He flushed from the compliment, rubbing the back of his neck. I'm glad I like to think of myself as a decent cook. I've never been able to get anyone else's opinion on that. Do you like bacon in particular? Not always. I usually go for simple dishes with any ingredients available. And amicably, though it didn't say much else. I was more focused on scarfing down dinner, which thankfully Michael didn't seem to mind. The overall atmosphere was nice and homely, and I could hear Michael tapping his feet from underneath the table. I guess he was happy to have someone to stay for dinner. It didn't seem like he lived alone, judging from the surroundings in his cabin. So I'm kind of curious. He perked up instantly, focused slowly on me. What made you want to live all the way out here? Oh, and that's when everything starts to break down for him. Well, when you look like me, it's kind of easier just to live out of sight from everyone else. A pain guilt shot from my chest. I was giving him a hard time about how he looked too. He must have sensed the clear as day on my face. Not that you're one of them. You're actually been nicer than most. Though I wonder if... His smile turned strained. Never mind. My point is, it's better here than anywhere else. Why don't you try the tea, Firefly? Like Saku-san, this is just you. Just accept it. Why don't you try the tea, Firefly? You seem uncomfortable now, easing into a different topic. Probably best to follow along. Oh, sure. I reached out towards my mug. I swear to God, if this is a hibiscus tea, it's literally, there's nothing else they can do to be like, this is more than you. Only pushed off the edge from my clumsy fingers. Wait, I bent over the side to grab it, fully expecting it to just fall out of reach and land on the floor in 2 broken pieces. It never did. It's... Oh... This is interesting. Instead, a long green appendage was twisted around the ceramic mug, securing it, keeping it in place, not even dropping falling out. Is this like a Breloom? Is that the Pokemon name? How do you say Breloom? The one where it's like a lizard mushroom Pokemon? Because this is starting to feel like that as well. My eyes trailed along the length until I pointed that it came from behind Michael, the officer partially hidden behind his cardigan. Michael? Is that yours? Michael braced his face in his hands. Oh my god, they actually have it showing like next to him as well. She just penetrated before lowering to his side. Mug in tow. I'm sorry, Suki. I think it's time I was honest. Oh. Interesting. He lifted his head, fingers carding his hair back to reveal his eyes. I froze as two, no, multiple pairs of irises stared right into mine, before darting to the side and avoiding my gaze. I know it's a lot to take in, but this is who I really am. Please don't be scared. Freak out. Remain calm. You know what? Remain calm. I swallowed oddly, willing myself not look away. He seemed to be holding his breath as I gripped the edge of the table. Honestly, if he did freak out, I wouldn't blame him, because I'd be like a lot to like our mind likes to like convince ourselves something that can't make sense or can't happen makes sense. Kind of like, oh, this is all a dream, or like, this is not real, or like this is a costume. Like I can imagine like that they what this is reminding me of? What? I felt unsettling every time he blinked his eyes in succession, even when he wasn't looking at me. Was it real? It had to be. Everything about him suddenly makes so much more sense. The isolation, the evident behavior, the dating game based on Lovecraft creatures, the Sucker for Love one. I plan to play them eventually. I think 1 you can stream. I don't know if 2 you can stream, because like 2 is like really like showy. He looked freaky, yes, but he also looked sad. I swallowed thickly. I'm not scared. Michael's many pupils blew wide, dilating like a excited wildcat. It sent a shiver up my spine. Okay, maybe just a little bit scared. Sorry. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. He has to grab an empty plate and hid behind it, show her scrunch up despite his stature. Would it help if I just hide it? I could fix my hair like before, if that's what you prefer. His voice was muffled behind the ceramic barrier between us. It was kind of endearing. I slowly reached out to touch his hand. The slight brush of my fingertips making him jump in panic. Michael? Yeah? Can you put that down? I am so fucking hot. Like, I am hot. Like, this game has me. Like, first game, I was like, okay, 1 or 2 things interest me. Second game, okay, you have me really intrigued what's going to go now. This game just has me, like, fully on hooked. Like, fully on board. Like, I'm glad, like, half of me is glad this game is not finished yet, because that means there's going to be more on the way, and the other half of me is disappointed that it's not finished yet. To be fair, it said 4 bad endings, 1 normal ending, which means the game will continue on once it finishes. I think if we don't play along, something happens where we die. Like if we left in the beginning, if we kept our eyes closed, stuff like that. Eyes were so started to the side, avoiding me. Can you look at me? Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I just can't stop looking. This was so awkward. His hands were shaking. I looked down at the mug still floating next to him. Hang on for dear life. I reached over and plucked it straight out of his grasp. I tentatively took a sip, noticing how Michael was watching me over the rim of the mug. The taste was mildly spicy with almost earthly bite to it. My guy, just hit on Michael, like doing. I don't even want to make the jokes, but like, just hit on him, make him bend to your will. I recognized it instantly as ginger tea. I'm just gonna let that sit. That is ginger tea. I'll let that sit for a moment. It's almost room temperature, but still pretty good. Huh? You wanted me to try the tea, right? I like it, so thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Michael relaxed back to his seat. Following my lead, I picked up my fork once more. The silence didn't last long as Michael fidgeted. Are you really okay with this? With me? Where did I hear that before? Where did I hear that before of like, are you okay? Are you really okay with this? Are you okay with me? Where did I hear that before? I gave him once over, really taking in his features. It's very different from what I'm used to, but I think I learned to like it. Is that weird to say? I mean, you're not bad to look at. It's actually kind of, damn, what do I say? We're gonna save again. Pretty cool hot. I feel like hot would just unnerve him. It's not good. Cool is like a neutral, but I feel like pretty is like kind of like actually like the true like 31. You think I'm pretty? Yeah. Oh. My point is, your appearance shouldn't matter. You've been nothing but kind to me so far. I'd be the worst kind of person to judge someone based on how they look. I haven't known you that long. You seem like a good person. You're fine, Michael. I smiled at him. We're fine. I see. He fidgeted some more before nodding, smiling a bit. Thanks, Suki. I'll try to smile forever. He beamed at me as he emphatically went back to eating his food. This was something. We continued with a bit of small talk. Mostly stories about life or snippets from my personal life. Michael hung to every word I said, not bothering to elaborate much about himself despite my burning curiosity. I tell you, he was extremely insecure about his appearance. It's probably best I keep my questions to myself for tonight. He cleared up the kitchen in relative silence. Michael was storing away the rest of the pie as I washed the dishes by the sink. Behind in his room cabinet, I wonder how he had running water. Maybe I'll ask him later. So, thanks for dinner. Thanks for the company. Oh, and please, take the bed tonight. But, you're my guest. I'm the host. Take the bed, okay? Alright, I'll be over here first thing in the morning. Michael got quiet, staring at the floorboards. With his hair out of the way, I could finally read the expression. He did seem upset. Is that okay? I do need your help, though. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get lost on my own. I just need a notification, so I'm going to clear that out real quick. Oh, it's just Saku-san dying. I see a flick behind him. Yeah, I'll bring you home tomorrow morning. I hate the sigh of relief. Thanks, Michael. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, good night, Suki. Good night, Michael. He seemed really happy about being able to say that. I plopped myself down on Michael's bed, getting comfortably behind the blanket. Michael was gathering some blankets on his own to make a makeshift bed on the floor in front of the fire. An impressive collection of knitted items, as comfortable as forming in the center of the room. My eyes trailed after his tail, now in the open as it flicked and swayed. Kind of like a cat. I miss Locke, he said. Now the full stomach dozing off came easy. I even realized how tired I was. I listened to the gentle crackling of the fire, my vision darkening. Oh, good night, Suki. The soft humming invaded my dreams, stirring me awake. I blinked my eyes open to familiar surroundings, swallowed in a blanket that was clear it wasn't mine. But where? Oh! I spotted the familiar figure of my host, seated on a stool in front of the fire, hands deftly working on the green scarf bundled in his lap. His back was towards me, but I caught a glimpse of his fingers, as nails softly clicked between the yarn. I had an incredible depth at using them. Perfect movements, almost hypnotic, as the fires worked around together into an intricate pattern. Slowly starting to sting position, rubbing at my eyes. The movement quickly caught his attention, ears flicking in my direction before his eyes trained on to me. Just like last night, his pupils blew up as we made eye contact. His reaction lit up at the instant he saw me. Hey, Zuki, hey, I'm glad you're finally awake. You look so tired. I didn't want to disturb you until you got enough rest. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Suki. Did you sleep well? I was still too groggy to answer his question, a yawn slipping out as I stretched. He smiled kindly, a soft chuckle under his breath. Like a baby, then. He pointed over his shoulder to the door beside the fireplace, tilting his head towards it. You can freshen up at the bathroom if you like. While I started on making us some food. I'd eaten breakfast by now, but I want you to join me while the food is still hot. Do eggs and toast sound. Sounds delicious. Great. I'll see you in the kitchen then. He took away his knitting materials and set it aside. Oh, I was so surprised for you after breakfast. It's not the most exciting surprise, but just tell me when you're ready. Ducked inside the kitchen with another glance. I heard his boots thud across the floorboards, cabinets opening, closing succession to the kitchen. I suppose that's my cue. I rolled out of my bed, leaving the warmth of Michael's blankets, and trotted over to the door Michael pointed out. Stepping inside, I don't know what I was expecting when he said he had a bathroom, but it was surprisingly spacious. Everything looked like it was carved out and polished out of wood. He seemed to have everything you find in a modern bathroom: a sink with a cabinet, a shower, a tub, even a toilet. Of course, I kept to the toilet, in particular inspecting it. There wasn't a tank like you expect where the water would be stored, but there was a compartment to the side full of sawdust and scoop. I expected at least a bit of the smell, but it was surprisingly odorless. There was a roll of toilet paper on the side. There was no flushing system, but it was hygienic. Michael must have done his research. Walking over to the sink, I stared into the faucet before hesitantly twisting it. I jumped when I heard the rush of water pouring in, swirling in the basin before disappearing to who knows where. Wow. Why am I impressed by a damn functioning bathroom sink? I opened the dishes last night. I already knew Michael had plumbing. Shaking my head, I finished freshening up and headed to the kitchen. Michael looked up as I entered, a steaming kettle in his hand with 2 empty mugs on the counter. It might have been lighting, but he was taller than I remembered. Glancing at the table, I could see he already finished plating up our food. Oh wow, you work fast. Michael looked proud of himself. Can't have my guests stay on an empty stomach. Go on, have a seat. I'll join you in a minute. I returned his smile and sat down, suddenly grumbling as I looked at our plates. Once again, Michael was generous with the serving sizes. Fat slices of bread were toasted perfectly with crisp, buttered sides, bright red tomato slices, and crisp salad peeking underneath the fluffy eggs. It looked amazing, tantalizing, the smell of savory herbs wafting to my nose. My mouth watered. Michael sat down, a steaming mug beside me before sitting to his own seat. Peeking above the rim, I could see small flowers floating about, tinting the water yellow. It faintly smelled of apples. I recognized the yellow, dried pellets on tea packaging I've seen it before. Oh, having a meal? He nodded. I hope you like it. I'm sure I will. He smiled wide and his tail swaying by his feet. He seemed more relaxed, showing his natural features this morning. Any trace of panic and hesitation from last night was gone, replaced by a look of contentment. Michael bit into his toast, and I followed suit. The food was delicious as I expected. The chocolate toast I bit into was heavenly, but the butter sweet on my tongue. Tomato and salad provided a nice crisp balance. And the eggs. The thing about simple home fried food is just the best. Michael was happy to eat in silence, occasionally looking at me as I enjoyed the food. He smiled when our eyes meet, his blond pears narrowing to a happy squint. Or if he'd be open to some questions. Hey, do you mind if I ask? I'm like always worried. How do you have plumbing in your house? I know it's a silly question, but I can't stop thinking about it. Oh, you're wondering about that? The barest look on my face was probably enough of an answer. Well, it's nothing fascinating. It's just rainwater I got stored above the cabin. Just rainwater? He nodded. Detective hidden pride as he continued. It's actually a recent installment, believe it or not. Granted, the project took a while, gathering materials, figuring out the tools, finding the right instruction manuals. Plus, I had to figure out where to store the water tank. Don't worry, it's all a filtration system, so it's safe for us to use. I'm checking every few weeks to make sure nothing's contaminated. It sounds daunting, especially considering you live all the way out here in the woods. You did all that on your own? I kinda had to. Anyway, it took a whole lot of calibrating and adjusting, but it really worked out. Now I think about it, I'm glad you get to be comfortable here during your stay too. Did I answer your question? Where did you learn how to do all that? I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. There was a faint hint of exhaustion in his eyes. But to answer your question, I go to libraries a lot. That's where I learned about the majority of things. The fact that I even ventured to buildings at all actually surprised me. If I'm really lucky, they have all those DIYs and workshop manuals I tried for anyone to browse through. It took a while to figure everything out. A very long time, actually. But hey, I had nothing but time. And it paid off. Considering upgrading the toilet next, but for now, composting setup looks fine. Learn about an old camping guide. Suppose take a breath as you haven't talked as much in a while. I'm rambling, but that's how I did it. So anything else you want to ask? Wait, you've been to libraries? His ears perked up, posture straightening. Man, goes to the libraries and enjoys going to libraries too. Oh yeah. I can't tell you enough how much books have helped me. I made it this far only because I clearly learned how to read. Well, figured out that I can read. You visit often? In my early days, any chance I could get. Nowadays, I stick to my side of the forest, though. Gotta make sure people don't wander too far off that they were meant to. Pause my chewing at teasing Tilda's voice. Hey, I'm joking. Anyways, if you're wondering what I do about this, gesture towards his face. I just have to make sure everything's covered. You'd be surprised how little people pay attention to me when I button up just right. Do people not give you trouble? Shrugged nonchalantly. Small town libraries are usually so empty from my experience. People just mind their own business there. Huh, I guess that's true. I can't remember the last time I visited a library. I guess libraries would be Michael's equivalent to the World Wide Web. I should introduce him to the internet sometime. Actually, maybe not. I thought parental controls. That's a good point. Finally satisfied, I nodded and went back to eating my food. How'd you learn to cook? Cottage pie is a pretty complicated recipe. I just wonder if anyone taught you how to cook. I'd be lucky if someone could teach me how to make boiled eggs, Firefly. But it was trial and error mostly. Our early endeavors were, pretty much inedible. Picked up a thing or two about cooking though. So your taste buds aren't going to fall victim to any nasty creatures like in my early days at least. Speaking of, did you enjoy dinner last night? Of course I did. You're a really good cook, Michael. Glad. It probably wasn't obvious, but I'm really glad I got to cook for you. I don't get guests often in case you couldn't tell. I should ask you to cook for me every day then. He grinned at my joke, looking pleased. I'd be happy to. I chuckled as I took another bite. So what's your favorite thing to cook? He leapt at the question. Fried mushrooms. Fried mushrooms? Yeah. There's plenty to find, and it's easy to make. Huh. I remember finding a patch of mushrooms yesterday. They smell pretty funky, though. You remember that? What was that? Nothing. Anyways, mushrooms were the only thing I had for a while. Before I grew, I could eat other stuff like fruits and veggies. Do you forage all your ingredients? Mostly. Time I figured out how to catch fish and hunt game, the best of my life, I'll tell you that. First taste of meat? He did an awkward version of a chef's kiss as making something he saw on television once. Mamma mia. Was he trying to say Mamma Mia? He continued before I could even dwell on it for a second longer. But nothing beats what humans are able to make. You guys go nuts with ingredients. Rice was a challenge. It's precious ingredients since I have to actually get some from the store. Once I figured out how to make it nice and fluffy, I consider it a special treat. I did a double take. You go to the store? Yeah. Where else would I get it? I thought you would grow it out yourself or something. He laughed as I flushed in embarrassment. It's flattering you think I'm even capable of something that impressive, but no. There's only so much for the forest kind of pride. But what about money? We're talking about human currency, right? Otherwise, how would you even... You actually have a job. A thought occurred to me. Or did you steal it? You know, if Michael says he doesn't pay taxes, it's just like one thing after another. That's like piling up of like evidence that this is Tiger-san. He almost looks offended. Do you take me for a criminal? No. But I mean, then how? Michael bit into his toast, his two eyes winking mischief. I have my ways, Firefly. What's that supposed to mean? What's it like living in the woods? I still can't believe how cozy you managed to make it considering the whole middle of nowhere thing. It was like this when I found it. No. It was a major, fixer-upper. So the cabin was abandoned. Never would have guessed. Yeah, I'm really happy I get to live somewhere, permanent for once. It's not much, but it's home. What's it like? Peaceful, quiet. I do like it a lot. The forest provides me with everything I need. And nobody bothers me for the way I look out here. His ears twitch slightly. Sometimes you just happen to end up where it's most convenient for you and everyone else. The way he avoided my eyes as he said that gave me the impression that there's something more to it. Like his home was just out of convenience, but a fear of something else. Rejection, perhaps? Or something worse. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say about it unless there's something specific you want to ask. I didn't think about his answer much before beaming at me. What about you? I know you told me a little about yourself, but what's it like being you? I scoffed, waving a hand. Please, I'm the least interesting person in the room. Trust me. His eyes were shining earnestly, leaning forward. Tell me anyway. Oh, well, I told him about my life, or at least the parts I was comfortable with sharing. Just like last night, his eyes didn't leave my face, occasionally darting about my features in interest. Direct ogling was making me nervous, but I suppose I was doing the exact same thing when it was his turn to talk. I actually came to the topic of my job and the woes of living in modern capitalism. I'm a bit jealous. You have the whole cottagecore aesthetic, practically perfect. His face morphed into a confused pout. Cottagecore? Explain to him in my own words. Oh! You're saying you want to live the way I do, out in the woods. I nodded without hesitation. I mean, I wouldn't mind showing you the ropes. Someone seemed strangely lifted. What do you mean? Never mind. Anyways, I don't get what the appeal is, but it's not easy either, you know? The forest provides, but it's up to me to make use of it. Starting out was dark look across over his face as if reliving a bitter memory. Rough. But I'm built for survival. I feel like asking him to elaborate would make things awkward. I decided to veer the topic into a different direction. Doesn't it get lonely? Sometimes. But I'm used to it. He smiled, his eyes lighting up. Besides, I have you at the moment, don't I? I never thought I'd enjoy having someone around. It must be really special. Started to know a lot more about Michael. Didn't directly say it, but I felt like he was blowing your day was getting on. To mention how he managed to make a home for himself on his own. I don't wonder if he had anyone at all. Do you have any family around? Family? Expression turned solemn for a moment before he looked sheepish. Reminds me how that works again. I get the concept based on some books I've read. I don't have what you call parents, if that's what you're asking. Mouth dropped open in shock. No parents? Shrugged and took another bite of toast. Not that I recall. Then how did you... What's that like, living with so many people like you in such close proximity? Huh? That's how it works, right? You and other humans living in one house? And you have this, thing that makes you relate to the rest. That's what makes a family, right? If it's talking about DNA, this definition threw me off by the answer somehow. Not just that. Family is... Ooh, okay. People you relate to, like your mom and your dad and your siblings and relatives. I mean, people that you love and care about, who love and care about you too. Yeah, I think that'd be the perfect way to describe it. He's even intrigued. Is that so? That does sound nice. Is there anyone that you love and care about? Of course I do. I have a family. I can even call my cat family. Ah, right. Obviously. This is the same for all families? My life pondering the question. It would be naive to think that. A lot of families do love and take care of one another, but not everything's perfect. Sometimes the love can be misplaced or taken advantage of or even abused. I could look thoughtful. So it starts with love. I read some stories about that. Love, I mean. Those certain feelings just don't make sense to me. At least from the reader's perspective. Is this like a romance novel that I don't even realize? I guess you have to experience it for yourself to understand. Stare at me unblinking for a moment. Yeah, you might be right. Never considered that. Then again, who would bother loving a monster like me, huh? What? You're not a monster. I look one, don't I? That's besides the point. You're not giant, though. I'm just saying, it's okay. You don't have to lie to me. So, family. Right. To be fair, everyone's definition of family could be different. What about you? What's your definition of family? Michael looked surprised I asked him that question. I don't know. I never had one, and I think your answer just confused me more. Well, if you ever figure it out, let me know. Michael stared at the remaining crumbs on his plate before not avoiding my gaze. Sure. Both fall silent, the long conversation blanking us in a comfortable silence. All this family talk reminded me of the reason why I'm out here in the first place. Over my beloved cat, a sight I might never be able to see again. It helps the sinking feeling in my chest, a growing pit in my stomach. I wish I was able to find Laffy set. You would have loved him. Mike opened his mouth to say something but changed his mind. My voice warbled as a lump formed in my throat. Sorry, I just miss him so much. You think if I just went and looked for him sooner, maybe I could be able to find him by now. He was quick to speak up. You did your best, Firefly. No one could have gone to the lengths that you did. You must risk getting yourself... I'm sure wherever he is, he's doing okay. You really think so? I know so. His voice was laced with confident assurance despite the worried look on his face. I nodded with a quiet sniff. I hope so. He's just important to me is all. Michael looked like he wanted to reach across the table for me, but sighed instead. Actually, I'm sorry, Suki. I should tell you. But I do have family now that I think about it. That was the surprise I mentioned before. Uh-huh. That's really what the surprise you wanted to tell us before. Wait, really? He nodded. Are you done? I could take you to go meet them right now. I looked down at my plate. During the conversation, I even realized I finished the meal. Yeah, I'm done. His movements were quick, stacking our empty plates and mugs and setting them in the sink. He grasped my hand before I could say another word, pulling me up and hanging out with me in tow. The door swung open and I could see the far ahead. Have you kissed yet? No. But there was like a whole point where he's like, hey, what is family? I'm like, family are people that you love, right? And he's like, that's a concept that's a concept I'm not familiar with. And I'm like, well, that's something you might have to experience. And I'm like, dude, you're just flirting now. Before he tugged me along as he rounded the side of the cabinet. Oh my god. Almost immediately my preference was settled with greens of both sides. I figured he was the type to grow his own vegetables, but seeing in person confirmation was a whole different thing. Michael leading the way, only had a moment to take in the surrounding garden. He had marked the different plots with messy drawings on small wooden signs dripping out their dirt. Carrots, lettuce, potatoes, trestles of tomatoes and beans. I wouldn't have been able to differentiate one plant or another without the signs. Even the conifer and tea just grew budding close by, the small buds swaying gently. Up until Michael suddenly stopped, the man looking over his shoulder to beam at me. We each looked like a fenced-off area without a bit of netting stretching all around. He stepped aside, watching me as my eyes widened. Chickens! That's the horror. Three fat, happy little hens strutted around like they owned the place. As I entered through the gate, the hens swarmed over and sat at Michael's feet, circling him and pecking at his boots. Ladies, meet Suki. Suki, these are Mawar, Sensua, and Primrose. And that's, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, guys. Let's go. Or as I like to call them, Marmar, Sunny, and Rosie. This game is lulling me in. I know it. I know it. He decided to pick one up, fluffing her feathers as he smiled. He gently scratched the hen's little head, which I assumed was Rosie. Practically melted as pampering eyes sliding shut. The other two flapped their wings in a huff and went about their business once more. Michael leaned closer, back to me to pet Rosie. She was so soft. Rosie's the oldest. She doesn't lay eggs anymore, but I couldn't bring myself to, you know. I love the nervous look, like... Suki, you watch Hell House, see? Hell House. It's giving me... Like, I remember something with it. Hold on one second. Let me just check. Oh yeah, Hell House LLC. I watched this. God, that was a movie. That was the one where it had the, like, I remember the one scare because they're like going through the place and they just see someone in a room and like just like sprints at the camera. Because it's a whole documentary team. I think it's a really good one. I think has something like I think one of the best jump scares. Yeah, I remember it. I watched it. Why do you ask? Why do you ask, Patty? So I brought her some friends. Mama came first, thanks to a more recent addition. What do you think? Do we make a good family? He laughed and nodded, watching as Rosie nestled into Michael's chest. I didn't expect chickens of all things. Were you expecting something else? I was expecting it to be someone else. Oh. Hell, no. You look at me, people generally don't stick around. But no, I remember Hell House. I'm trying to figure out how to describe the jump scare, I mean. Oh, movie night at, like, your house, or, like, movie night, like, in the server, like... Yeah, it was so... I remember it now. I, like, look it up. It's like the person was on the bed, and I remember that jump scare. It's a pretty good one. I give it, like, a solid 8 or 9. Like, it's nothing to write about by a plot, but it's just, like, constant scares and, like, scenes. Like, as soon as, like, it picks up, the movie just keeps going. There's that negative self-talk again. You don't even look that bad. Zeus flicked her mind, like a pleasant surprise crossing his face. Really think so? Yeah. You can't be that naive, Firefly. I mean it. Without a polite scoff, he scratched Rosie's head absently. You didn't believe people would run away at the sight of me? Well, I didn't. His smile turned smug, the corner of his lips lifting just a bit. Of course you didn't. Because you couldn't. Shoot. He wasn't wrong. I was pretty much proud I was in his bed when we first met. But I still don't think you look that bad. Is that so? Describe me, Dad. What? You heard me. Look at me. And describe what you see. For a second I thought he was being condescending, but looking at his eyes, all I could see was a bit of playfulness. Look at me expectantly, eyes shining. You're tall. Go on. You have blonde hair. He gave an amused squint, his left ear twitching. What else? You have green skin and a tail. He chuckled, though there was no Miss Alice in it. That's not all, is it? Directly expected me to say it straight. Oh, fine. So you don't look human. So what? He hummed absently. As I was saying, animals generally don't care if you look like a monster. Myers twisted his words. Passive nonchalance somehow makes it even worse. Michael. No, a tug at my shoelace caught my attention. A light brown hen stayed at my feet, her beady eyes shining. Suddenly flapped her wings open expectantly. Aw, I think she likes you. Go on, pick her up. Gently, like I do with Rosie. I stayed but slowly lowered myself to cup suddenly by her wings. Lifting her up, she was quick enough to herself until she was comfortably tucked in my arms. I could feel her wings wiggling as she nuzzled into my side. So cute. Michael's gaze softened as I cooed at the chicken, mimicking her small clucks. So, did it help? Cheering you up, I mean. Oh, that's what this was. A fuzzy feeling blew in my chest. He looked at me, chicken in his arms, concern on his face. A little bit, yeah. Only a little? I snickered, rolling my eyes. Okay, mister, a lot. That's more like it. His proud grin was infectious. I couldn't help smiling back. I spent more time with the hens, petting them until they were satisfied. Mike even showed me the spot where they like to have their dust baths. Little chicken-shaped holes scattered about in the dry soil underneath the coop. Once the cows had enough of us, we refilled their water container before leaving. He left them some treats, procuring them straight out of his pockets before shutting the gate. The girl's excited chatter of the food faded as we made our way back inside the cabin. I stepped by his bed as he crouched down by the fireplace. From the window I could see the sun outside was getting higher. It would be close afternoon now. Hey, Michael. I looked up from where he was stroking the fire. I rubbed my arms unsure where to place my gaze. I think it's a good time for me to go now? I actually didn't feel it, but I caught myself quickly. Then it's best to cheer me up, but I'll be considerate towards him to leave in a bad mood. I might accept that I'll never see the office set again. I think it's better if I focus on moving on. Also, Patty, you didn't tell us what you thought of the movie, by the way. He was quiet for a moment, hands in his pockets. If you say so. But you don't have to leave just yet. We still got plenty of daylight left, and there's some places I want to show you. Won't you come with me? I headed aside. Ooh, wait. Hold on, game. We're gonna go back there for a moment. Okay, here we go. I promise to take you home right after. He took another step towards me. Please, Firefly? I wanted to say it, but he looked desperate. Okay. I'll go with you. Joy in his face was shining bright as a billboard. Great. Let me get our stuff. I sprinted in the kitchen, returning with a backpack in one hand and satchel in the other. He passed it to me as we walked by towards the front door. I almost forgot I had this. I took from my back, found cat treats, Epson's collar, a broken compass, and my phone. Barry was dead, though, so that's one less thing to worry about. She put my bag once more, finding an empty water bottle. I frowned, distinctly remembering I forgot to pack water for my trip. At least, Michael told me I did. Didn't I? It's going to turn into a misery situation? Probably. Oh yeah, Hell House has a really weird ending. I remember that, and I think the reason they did the ending they did was to lead to a sequel. But it was definitely an ending. It was definitely an ending. I'll say that. You ready? Okay. I looked at Michael Stone when I spotted the large crossbow in his hands. He followed my gaze and shrugged, although I would never smile, like he'd been caught doing something he shouldn't be. He quickly shoved the weapon on his back and out of sight. Don't worry, I'm not going to use that unless necessary. I wouldn't hope not. He chuckled at my indignant tone. You think I'm going to let you into the woods without guaranteeing your safety? I made a promise to get you home, so there's just an extra precaution. You don't think it's a bit much? Better safe than sorry, Firefly. You did have a point. If anyone knew these woods and the kind of danger they held, it'd be Michael. Glanced over him again, noticing he changed his oversized car jam for something more outdoor appropriate. His eyes struck mine, his shoulders stiffening as the tint spread across his face. So, shall we? He opened the door and waved me out. I stepped outside and glanced around his front yard. The landscape was anything special. It was actually left quite plain, just thick with trees and foliage. Only passive dirt and flattened grass me in the routes Michael you would use as he comes and goes, webbing in all directions straight to the front door. Couldn't think of it. Anyone passing through here would be able to spot Michael's house if they squinted for the trees carefully enough. Guess he was right to know we walked out for this area in years. I heard the lock turn before Michael joined me by my side. He smiled a while before. He left the fire going. And direction to make sure I was behind him before he started walking. I didn't, but followed suit. As quiet as we traveled save for the sounds of nature calling out around us. The weather was bright and warm, the sun casting pretty rays through the gaps in the trees. I'd admit, enjoyable as it was, the bird calls and rustling of the leaves as we walked somewhere brought bad memories. Yesterday was miserable. I was lost, tired, and hungry. There's a chance I wasn't going to make it out alive. I watched Michael back as he led the way. The man barely... His ears would occasionally flick back my direction, but overall he seemed confident of where to go. Having Michael as my guide home was definitely great insurance. It made me even more grateful he found me when he did. I sighed and took off the negative feelings, keeping pace while appreciating the fresh air. I stepped next to my companion, willing my voice to speak after pulling in silence. This is actually kind of nice. A good old nature walk. I coughed in my fist, feeling embarrassed. I don't go outside often as I should. Michael smiled kindly. I'm glad I got to bring you then. Yeah, it feels different when you know where you're going. Actually, where are we going? He sensed my nervousness and laughs. Don't worry. We're almost there. I looked up and saw it before he even pointed it out. A clearing in the distance, the trees growing strangely sparse in that area. I held my breath as I noticed the grass suddenly turned to dot with flowers, delicate blooms staying there in that breeze. This is Five Nights at Smokies, isn't it? Yes. This is what it is. As I got closer, Michael watched me as my mouth dropped open, a knowing twinkle in his eyes. It was breathtaking. This good little meadow of flowers, lit up by beams of light, making the scenery resemble a page from a god and fairy tale. Butterflies flitted about in pairs, their wings flickering, complementing the surreal yet enchanting ambience of the whole place. Michael let me go off some more before walking ahead, turning to face me before sitting down to relax on the grass. His long satchel laid on the grass by his side along with his crossbow. I blinked at my stupor and approached him, spinning around to drink everything in before plopping myself down next to him. So, what do you think? Pretty, isn't it? I nodded dumbly before finally glancing to face him. The man's gaze on me softening as our eyes met. Butterfly approached us rapidly, making me flinch on instinct. It landed on his fingers, he held it out, its wings flapping gently. Dude, okay, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go 2.5 hours, because that's a short stream, really. My long streams were usually 3 hours, 4 hours, right? 2 is a short hour stream. I thought this game would be much shorter, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is only a 0.3. Yes, 2 hours is usually my short streams. Because usually it's for example, Amori, we usually start at 7 o'clock and it goes to 10 o'clock, 10:15. When we do Valhalla now, it's usually 9 o'clock to 11:30, 12 o'clock. Bunny Buzz, that's a top tier meadow. I know I'm blessed as a bunny, but wow. Yes, biased as a bunny, but wow, yes. So 2 hours is usually a short stream for me, Lori. He smiled as a dainty creature, a fond look in his eyes before he held it out towards me. Do you like butterflies, Suki? Actually, yeah. I'm scared of them, actually. I actually know someone who's scared of butterflies. I do think they're so pretty. This is amazing, Michael. The usual prideful smirk was absent, replacing itself with a shy smile. I'm glad you like it. The sun was at its peak now, the air getting warmer as minutes passed. The leafy canopy over us proud enough to cover us to not overheat. Michael picked a flower with his other hand, placed them in my palm. His tail looping loosely around us both as my cheeks darkened. He closed his eyes and leaned further back, the flower still resting on his hand. I was actually referring to someone else, Lori. I was actually referring to a Miss Fox. My eyes gears caught a soft rumbling before I realized it was coming from his direction. I must have wanted to ask, but I didn't want to ruin the moment. My gaze dropped as I twirled the flower in my hand, holding the stem delicately. The extra felt platonic, but also romantic. Yeah, my man's... Yo, my dude... Michael's literally rumbling like a cat. I thought there was a cat in the clearing, but it's apparently Michael's purring over here next to us. I wonder if Michael was even interested in relationships. He'd been alone most of his life. He'd probably get tired of my presence sooner or later. If I could complain any further, the butterfly on Michael's finger took off, My gaze trailing after as it left the sunlight and flew away into the woods. Which reminds me, Michael. Don't get me wrong. This place is stunning. But is it okay if we go now? Yep, it's okay. Miss Dreams is here to protect us in game, or so I hear. He strained himself from his relaxed slouch. Why? We just got here. I chewed on my lip, hesitating. I love it here, I do. I want to go home, Michael. Michael studied my face. Suki, do you want to leave me that badly? No, I need time to recover from losing Lafayette. I know it's silly and dramatic, but knowing he won't be there when I get home. I trod off another shot of guilt and regret filling my chest. I just need to get it done with. I feel a hand rubbing my back. Michael nods slowly, looking me in the eyes. His smile was gentle. That's okay. I understand. But maybe this place can help with that. It's a nice spot to nap, isn't it? I picked it out just for you. Why don't you go ahead and lie down? Okay. He's luring us to kill us now. Your words made you sweat. A sudden bolt of sleepiness weighing heavily over your eyelids. He was right. It is a nice place to nap in. How are you in such a hurry? You yawned, laying back to stretch on the grass. Warm from the ground, sleeping through your clothes, lulling you into a sense of comfort and safety. There you go. Just spend some time with me. Just a bit more. Please. Oh. Here's something I could show you. You reach into his satchel. I put out a wooden box. I'm like 100% sure it's this is all the mushrooms, like getting into our head. It's Candy Mountain. It's called a Kalimba? I blinked slowly. Clarity coming back as I shook my head to pay attention. With the box feet neatly in his hands, Michael Holmes as he was typing in a phone. I could see the hole in the middle with thin strips of metal arranged in triangular shape over it. What does it do? A proud smirk strode across his face. I'll show you. I'm not sure how long the song will go on. Between the pluck of the metallic prongs, a gentle ringing sound resonating with every flick of his thumbs. I couldn't recognize the song. He might have made it up himself. I closed my eyes, enjoying the tune. I would give a soft chuckle as he kept playing. I liked this tone as long as you like Firefly. A few minutes passed by with Michael plucking away at the instrument. Two of us sunbathing like two cats on a Sunday afternoon. I must have dozed off as the next thing I knew I felt a nudge on my shoulder. Comfy? He chuckled low when I refused to open my eyes. And if you'd rather stay. I shot open with my whole body jerking to sit up. Is he making a flower crown? Michael glanced at me, flipped his laugh in a half of forgot-me-not chain in his hands. Oh, a forget-me-not? Okay. What? I shook my head, slapping on my cheeks. I can't believe I fell asleep. I need to. It's alright. He cut me off. His sigh was heavy. I was hoping. Never mind. I patted my shoulder, though his smile didn't reach his eyes. Thanks for being here with me. Maybe we can do this again sometime. If I ever see you again. Let's get you home. He rolled over to his feet and stood up, brushing off dirt and fixing his satchel. Come on. We gathered our things and set off into the unknown once more. Well, unknown to me at least. Michael seemed to the map of this place graying in his brain. He seemed a bit sleepy still, so let's freshen up, okay? We walked further away from the clearing, coming across the river. Compared to the rest of the path we walked in, the air was shaded slippery with a thick canopy of leaves over us. The flowing water looked inviting as he kneeled down by the bank, Michael idly close by. I dipped my hands in eager to wash my face. The water was refreshing, cooled my heated skin in the afternoon sun. I pulled my hands back to see Michael peeking over my shoulder into my reflection, smiling with a faraway look on his face. Hello, Crown. I really thought he was going to whack you over the head. He startled as our gaze met, Iris' darting away to look at himself instead. Immediately his expression changed. His eyes flattened, a grimace switching his features, his lips curled back. I'd never seen such contempt in his eyes as I did them staring at his own visage. He stepped away, retreating underneath the cover of a tree to lean against it with crossed arms. He doesn't notice me watching. I patted my arms dry on my shirt and approached him. You ready? Yeah. I stopped him before he could turn to leave. Hugged me with a questioning look, tipping his head. I hesitated. I wasn't the type to speak my mind directly. Most of the time I kept things to myself and let things go by. Nobody should like themselves and have that sort of reaction. Hey, you know you're not, I might as well be frank. You're not a monster, Michael. He looked taken aback. What makes you say that?
Self-voicing enabled.
Oh, how did I do that?
Suki. Self-voicing disabled.
There's a self-voicing option? I was trying to hit space, but I hit the V by accident. I saw how you were looking at yourself, how you talk about yourself. None of it's true. I keep telling you, you're more than just your appearance. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I did it anyway. I reached for his hands and held them between us. His eyes widened at the contact. All it took was a day with you, and truthfully, I think you're the most amazing person I ever met. He made a choked noise. I'm just some old nobody compared to you. That's not... Shut up and listen. Probably shut his mouth with an audible click of his teeth. From where I stand, The music. From where I stand, you saved my life. You've taken care of me better than I could ever ask for from a stranger. That already proves to me you're not the monster you think you are. You're charming, you're smart, you're sweet. You're a million more wonderful things, but you're not a monster. I take a second to compose myself, lowering my voice. You may look different, Michael, but guess what? His both eyes stared into mine, ears flattening as if fearing the worst. That makes you all the more beautiful to me. His breath hitched. I could feel his hand squeezing mine, fingers trembling. It was like he forgot how to breathe. I realized my hands were getting sweaty. I pulled away hastily, scratching at my neck and avoiding his gaze. I feel the blood rush to my face. I could dunk my whole head in the river and it probably left steam. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Did I get like the rug swept out of my feet? Like I downloaded, was like, oh, this is a horror game. I'm gonna play it. Did it like pull something out from under my feet? I'm like, hey, guess what? If you actually play along, it's a romance game. It's only horror if you don't play along. Oh, you know what though? If it turns out like, us playing along is us just gonna get us killed, it's gonna break my fucking heart. It's gonna break my fucking heart. It just didn't feel right, but I didn't say anything. I hope you understand. Awkward silence passed between the two of us. Anyways, I caught him mumbling under his breath. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just a game about romancing mushrooms. Oh, what's this? It's called Mushroom Grove. Or no, Mushroom Oasis. It is a horror game, apparently. And I think it's possibly a yandere romance horror game. I have no idea. So far, it's been like a romance game. I don't know where the horror is. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but he's literally saying very, very tiny text, like 6 size. I can't let you leave. What? I said you can't leave. I mean, not without your cat, right? I frowned. I've already tried, Michael. Like you said, it was stupid for me to just wander off in the woods after I found him for dumb luck. He paused, his fist clenching. But I haven't... Huh? I haven't tried. I know these woods better than anyone. I can try looking for him. But that means you can't leave yet. Like, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I should stick around any longer. I have a job and responsibilities and you hissed in pain instead of migraine overcoming your senses. You felt sick, your stomach wringing itself into knots. Here we go. It felt like this world was warping around you as your legs wobbled. Your body buckled over as you resisted the urge to vomit. Michael caught you, slumped gracefully to the ground, your head resting on his shoulder as he curled you close. Hey, you don't look so good. Your vision doubled as he spoke, his speech oozing together words into an indescribable mess. Are you okay? You need me to carry you home? Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, no problem. Just hang in there. Hang on to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't deserve this. If I could just one more day with you, I'd be the happiest man alive. Here we are. Let's get you tucked in. I should give you some clothes, especially since you'll be staying another night. You're okay with that, aren't you? I blinked groggily awake to the gentle sounds of crackling fire. Here we go. I see texture of warm bed sheets, the weight of a heavy knit blanket. I curled once or twice, having felt these very sensations to the point I considered them familiar and comforting. Do you like put new clothes on us? And yet, Wow. Wow. Nothing can prepare me for the bright yellow eyes peering into mine. You know what? Whoever designed this, like, these fucking characters in these CGs, top class. This is like 10 out of 10 for me. Ah. Okay. I gotta I gotta see that one more time. I was so ready for horror and it Okay, I was Okay. I just gotta see it again of him just like falling backwards on his ass. What? Oh, we actually Ooh, okay. My knuckles hit him square in the face as Michael yelped. Nose. Can we actually? You know what I'm gonna do? As the taller man stumbled backwards to the stove. I am saving here. Can I like? Is there a way to like hide this? Hold on. There isn't. Wait. Is there a way to hide that? H, maybe? Or S? Okay. H. Okay. Yep, there we go. I just want to, like, save this. Because this, there's, like, no mouth, I guess, because they're, like, considering the box in consideration. But, like... There we go. Hello, Cash. Nose crunching as the taller man stumbles backwards into his stool. He landed on his rear with the grace of a clumsy toddler to the floor. I stopped in panic and immediately grimaced, laying back on the bed on some Marie's flop. Me and one fell asleep how my whole body was aching. Every single one of my limbs felt like they were gone for a ringer. Came out the other side all crinkled wrong. I groaned loud, leaning my head back into a pillow. Michael shifted back into his feet, rubbing his nose. Suki! His voice was awkward before he cleared his voice. I'm glad you're awake. How are you feeling? Terrible. He visibly flinched. I'm sorry to hear that. He stepped closer to the bed, leaning over it warily in case my hands dramatically whips out again in self-defense. My hands settled on my lap. He seemed to safe enough to sit beside me. What happened, Michael? You don't remember? I shook my head, wincing a bit as my head pounded. Not at all. Michael hesitated. You, tripped and hit your head. I had to carry you home? His words almost slurred together as he fidgeted. My head? I slowly shook my head to feel for bumps or bruises, but he hastily smashed my wrist. Don't worry about that. Here, have this. It'll help. Michael gave me a familiar-looking drink as he quickly pressed a cup into my hands. You promise it's a horror game? Man, I am so sure it's a horror game. After he, like, twisted her... Look, it's like a... It's a... twisted love thing. Mm-hmm. Standing up with some effort to take a sip, I couldn't help the smell sense of deja vu. The amount of times I woke up in his bed dazed, disoriented, was almost comfortable now. His drinks were helping just like he promised. Body felt lighter as I finished. Michael took the cup from me, set it aside before bringing his hands together with a nervous sigh I haven't seen in a while. So, I'm sorry this happened. I didn't mean for you to get hurt. I sighed and waved aside his words with an embarrassed grumble. Wouldn't be the first time I tripped, if you could believe it. It's not your fault. He gave a soft chuckle, sounding guilty. I suppose you're right. It's just... His face looked like he had a million thoughts running through his head. I promised, didn't I? I said I was going to look out for you. I said I was going to keep you safe. Instead, I made you hurt. His voice cracked. I'm so sorry, Suki. Sudden change of demeanor was startling, to say the least. You couldn't have predicted it was going to happen. And I'm fine, see? Oh, Firefly. I guess you're right. His expression carried a lingering doubt, but he quickly masked it with a small smile. His eyes dim. In that case, you'll be staying? The way he sounded almost sounded like a decision that's already been made. Or a plea. What do you mean? His eyes darted aside. You agreed to let me find Lafayette, remember? Did I say that? Yeah. So, you'll be staying a little while longer, right? This game really has me fucking hooked. At least he knows he did wrong, I guess. Is this how, like, satyrs, like, doing the fires? Sakusan? Like, kidnap people? Possibly. Which sides do you think are the real ones? I think both are. What did he do wrong? He's pretty much messing. Pretty much he's like. He's pretty much putting thoughts into our head. Like, hey, you want to stay. You don't want to go. You want to stay here. Or like, hey, you passed out because of heat stroke. You didn't pack any water, and then we found empty water bottle in our bag. And or like, hey, you tripped and fell. We're like, wow, I can't believe I tripped and fall. Yeah, so you'll be staying a little longer, right? The music stopped. You didn't even let me get a word in. In fact, feeling uncertainly washed over me as we had this conversation before. I don't think I should. Besides, what's the rush? It's already late and you're in no condition to travel anyway. I blinked before glancing out the window. Pitch black darkness greeted me as I realized he was right. An uncanny feeling spread from my chest, shivers crawling down my spine. I don't know why, but something about this whole situation felt wrong. I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Look at a nervous look on his face. Maybe you hit your head harder than you thought? His words didn't sound confident. How long was I out? A couple hours, I think. I really took a hit. It was that bad? My brows creased as I tried to recall today's events. I remember tripping. There's a river. I remember you. And then... Your memory must be fuzzy and for good reason. Like this. Girl bossing. Gaslight, gatekeeping, girl bossing. Exactly. I felt it's been a rough few days. My stomach rumbled suddenly, echoing in the quiet room. There was a heavy silence right after. Mike was polite enough to hide his check on her palm as I flushed. He seemed relieved. Well, lucky for you, I got dinner on the way. I should be ready soon. You're okay with soup, right? Soup? Soup sounds alright. My stomach growled once more, feeling an empty gut, making me wince a bit. My host noticed immediately. Oh, maybe we should get you some food sooner than later. Do you feel okay enough to get up? I nodded with a grumble, swinging my legs over the side of the bed before noticing was on my lap. Wait, what's this? Remember, 1 out of 10. Oh, a peek. I hope. First off, adorable outfit. Oh, Saku definitely owns that sweater. That was one of the comments I want to make. The other one is, I hope our character just jumps off like, wait a second, did you take off our clothes? Just fluster the fuck out of Michael. Be like, wait a second, did you strip me? Like, add more to, like, the tension that's between these two characters. I built a pile of thick fabric, realized it was an oversized sweater with a pair of baggy sweatpants. A mushroom pattern? That's oddly cute. The material felt worn, but comfortable. A towel laid right next to them. Is this for me? Oh, I figured since you'll be staying another night, you want some fresh clothes. It might be a few sizes bigger. Or a lot? Sorry, you got in shy for some reason. On the other hand, I did have to take a whiff at myself to know that I probably reek. Not again giving him a small but grateful smile. They're fine, Michael. Thank you. Another thing I had to owe him. I couldn't help feeling like I'm taking advantage of his kindness now. So, you know where the bathroom is. Take your time cleaning up. I'll be in the kitchen if you need anything. I'm really happy you're here. He stood there for a good few seconds fidgeting with his hands as if he's waiting to say more before finally heading to the kitchen. Oh no, he has two pair of eyes, yeah. I watched his back retreat before hoisting myself up and heading to the bathroom. Now that I was alone, I had a moment to gather my thoughts. Nagging feeling was back. A prickling feeling across my skin, raising goosebumps as to tell me I shouldn't be here. I was gonna place my finger on what? Oh, like, I'm already in so deep. Like, yeah, they're two sets of eyes. It's interesting. I was probably just being paranoid. And again, it's been also a bit sharp, so I could chalk up to dark cluing on me and make me itch a place I didn't want to think about. Like, a part of me is like, you're already in so deep, might as well. After undressing, I folded my clothes so I could place them in my backpack later for turning on the shower. water was ice cold. My cheap tries, I cleaned myself as fast as I could, using some scentless soap by the side of the tub. Dressing myself again, I wrung out my hair as best I could before drying with the towel. Putting on the clothes Michael provided, I felt like I had shrunk in size. Just the sleeves and waistband to my liking was some struggling. Just my hands and feet could poke out of the holes comfortably. I couldn't help noticing clothes smelled like freshly cut grass, with a smoky hint of a woodsy bonfire. The scent reminded me of camping in summer. Persistent outside definitely felt way better compared to when I woke up. Stepping out, I could smell something good coming from the kitchen. Gentle humming greeted me as I came through the doorway. Michael was idly stirring a pot by the stove, looking up at me as I entered the kitchen. Whatever he had in the pot made my stomach grumble yet again. His ears flickered as he registered the clothes I was wearing. How do they fit? I shrugged. They're definitely bigger on me. He nodded, turning back to the pot. I can see that. I wasn't sure what you normally wear, so whatever I had that was... I struggled to pick a word. Coziest? I gave a hum of agreement, fiddling with the hem of his sweater. Is Michael a troll? I have no idea. We have no idea. All I know, he is green, he has big ears, he has a blue tongue, he blushes blue, he has a mushroom tail, he has like antenna horns. Oh, we're already on page 3. How this game, the game gives an option to flirt. And like, we're not supposed to take it. Like, flirt. Was I really about to do this? I guess I was. In for a penny, in for a pounding. As the saying goes, you know. Oh, hey. With the confidence of courting Peacock, so Peacock is definitely giving us tips how to flirt here, obviously, so it's obviously going to go out well. With nothing to lose, I lean against the doorway, make sure to... Make sure to prop my hip in just a right angle against the edge. I think I look good in your clothes. Maybe I should wear them more often? Hello, what? Oh, Peacock, because it's with the confidence of a courting Peacock. So I was saying you're giving us flirting tips on how to flirt with Michael here. Well, with how baggy the clothes were on me, I probably looked closer to setting a stack of potatoes than a human being. Michael must have sensed something was different with my tone as he gave a confused chuckle, tail noticeably swishing side to side. I guess you could? Though I'm pretty sure most of them won't fit right. Undeterred, I continued on. This is a horror game. This is a horror game, Patty, this is a horror game. Please tell me, Patty, that this is a horror game. I could find something more comfortable. I send smoothest wink I can muster. Wink. Nailed it. He seemed to consider my offer. I thought I found the right outfit. But you can look through the closet for something you like now that you're awake. Do you have something in your eye? I straightened subtly. I'm just trying something, I guess. Trying what? Never mind. What's cooking good looking? Okay. Against all odds, his cheek actually began to color, his hands stirring the pot, faltering for a brief sec. What? Wait, this might actually work. Okay. I posted my efforts, leaning forward with another smile. You heard me. You said... You hesitated to repeat it. Well, Maybe you should get your eyes checked. Yeah, this was a terrible idea. I cleared my throat awkwardly. Thank you for the clothes. must sense something wrong as he quickly tried to salvage whatever the hell was going on. For what it's worth, you look very kind? Whatever it was, he sounded something like several strange clicks of the tongue. Both vowels? Somehow? What? You have tail waving side to side like a metronome. It means... He trailed off. I guess in your language it would mean, cute? My smile faltered as he fidgeted. We stared at each other. I might actually have a chance. The color on my face was clenched up blueberry the longer I looked at him. There was an awkward tension before I broke over a nervous laugh. Cute? In fact, I can swear I heard him whimper in panic. This game is beautiful. This is wonderful. The situation was so absurd, I had to laugh harder. Was that so hard to say? He sputtered. I didn't think you'd be comfortable with me saying it. Why not? Well, you know. What do I know? My grin was teasing. He picked up on that quickly, his nervousness dispelling as he gave a sharp puff. Your hand started to pop faster. So, I called you cute. It's not a big deal. Then why's your face so blue like it is? He made another choking noise, eyes darting about. It's just the heat from the stove. Oh my god, I didn't even pick that up. Lord. So what does that mean then, Saku-san? What does Bill Halleck look mean? It's just the heat from the stove. I'm cooking my best here. I snickered at his terrible excuse. You're a bad liar. But it's true. I mean, he is a bad liar. Stovetops don't do that. Mine does. A glaring contest assured before we end up bursting into the giggles. My face warming from the silly banter. The killer started whistling, then cutting our moment short. He seemed disappointed by the shift in the atmosphere, but quickly moved to pick it up. Why don't you take a seat, Firefly? I'll be right with you. He was already turning his back towards me and started preparing the tea. I slowly approached him. Hey, let me help this time. Michael startled, surprised to see me behind him. Oh, sure. Could you get some bowls ready? We're having tomato soup. Oh, do you want some grilled cheese with yours, or would you prefer garlic bread? Oh, tomato soup, grilled cheese. Easy. Got it. Brushed past him, feeling his tail linger up by my ankles. I grabbed the bowls and spoons from the bottom shelf. I started preparing the sides, the smell of toasted bread filling the kitchen, mingling with the soups. I took over preparing the tea. Finally, I led the soup from the pot into a larger bowl as Michael finished flipping the last piece. We settled in for a nice hot dinner. Now I'm hungry again. Actually, the funny thing is about the garlic bread and the grilled cheese. I actually had that very recently. I had it was a garlic bread 4 cheese grilled cheese. So they prepared the bread like garlic bread, and then it was 4 cheeses as the grilled cheese. It was actually it was really cheesy, that was nice, but I was like, oh wow. It was very solid, nice 6-7. We settled in for a nice hot dinner. The guards finally felt about tomato soup. Michael's turned out rich and creamy with an amazing balance of sour and sweet. Dipping in the bite-sized grilled cheese sandwich made it taste like pure savory comfort, crisp and gooey. Even if I never had it as a kid, it still made me feel nostalgic somehow. There's still a feeling of still awkwardness, but the food helped ease us both into a warmer, lighthearted conversation. I realized how hungry I was until I refilled my bowl. Michael watching me with his chin popped in his hand. His own bowl sat empty. Apparently he already had his fill. Is tomato soup your favorite? The question was innocent, though his eyes observed me carefully before I shrugged. I think I love anything you cook. He's still taking a second to process what I said. Oh, well, thank you. No, thank you. Usually I get takeout or microwave dinners. Nothing beats home cooked food. What's a microwave? I snicker and try to explain it best I can. Oh shit. Thank you for the sub peak. Wow, a whole year. You know, it's starting to occur to me, I've known some people in this VTuber community for over a year now, or close to 2 years now. Hell, I just hit my anniversary a year ago not a year, but anniversary of a year just a couple days ago. It's really amazing. No box that heats up food. That sounds like what's the word in those fantasy books? Magic? Am I using the word right? Half lightly. Sometimes science is just like that. We talked about other kitchen appliances off the top of my head, slowly branching out into other human inventions. You seem even more interested. I never understood how, technology worked. Put up my phone and let him fiddle with it, though with the battery died, there's not much I could show. He was clearly disappointed. It's about as useful as a brick. For now. Otherwise, I have a whole network of information in my hands. His eyes lit up. Like a library, you can access it at any time as long as the bat Erie is alive. As long as I have an internet connection. Right, internet. I didn't know you could do that. I just see people staring at them all the time. It seems boring. I looked at my phone again and looked of wonder on his face. Having a whole library in your hands. Everyone must be really smart, Dad. Well, everyone uses like a library. More like a messaging hub? Or a source of content consumption? His ears flickered as he stared at me with a blank smile. Consumption. You can eat it? Yeah, he has no clue what I'm talking about. How do I explain to him the very concept of Web 2.0? Cleared my throat, deciding that I simply won't. Maybe I can show you what I mean someday. His eyes brain seemed to like the idea a lot. You mean that? I can have some? Yeah, I think it's about time you start getting a little more modern around here. No offense. Imagine what you could do with a generator. His smile widened just a tad, though there's still a cluelessness to his face that was just a little endearing. Gen E. Raider. I laughed and reached across past his hand, a gesture that made his smile wobble. Like I said, I'll show you someday. A loud thwack sounded against the floorboards, followed by a rhythmic thudding. The thing I could see the tip of his tail was wagging back and forth, slapping against the floor almost comically. Michael looked flushed as he laughed softly, pulling his hand back to rub his neck. Sorry. He looked like he had more to say, but exhaled heavily, gathering himself before tilting his chin towards my empty bowl. Are you done? I nodded as he stood and collected our dirty dishes, heading towards the sink to wash them. I followed close behind, carrying the mugs. He made quick work of the dishes, heading back to the living room to relax. Michael headed to his basket of knitting materials, his movements routine. I wasn't sure what to do with myself. For someone who doesn't like cats, he sure acts like one. I looked over at Michael as he pulled out the stool from the corner of the room towards the front of the fireplace. His ears flickered in my direction before he returned my glance. Do you knit? So actually, a little fun Suki fact. I probably don't know how to do it anymore, but if it's like riding a bicycle. Suki actually knew how to knit as well as sew. But I stopped sewing due to not having a machine and knitting just because yarn was a luxury, to say the very least, in this household. Does Suki know how to crochet? He did. Suki did know how to crochet, but like a lot of the materials was just considered a luxury in my household. So like I just stopped doing it. Yes, actually, in the Suki household, you were kind of like you only really had like enough for like one hobby, maybe two. And that was it. Like, my hobby, like, mine's just became collecting, just because I could keep it. But I might try again someday. Yeah, his eyes lit up. It's relaxing, isn't it? Can I see what you're working on? He looked surprised and I expected my interest. Sure, it's just something to work on in my downtime. I sort of realized that it's not really my color. He lifted up from the ceiling for my foot to kick the grass again, sitting in a ball of yarn, going towards the bed. Ah, sorry. Quickly follow after him to haul his responsibility under the bed. Gleaming off the bright firelight from the room. Approaching the bed and tilting my head lower, I could see it was contained the size of a shoebox. What's that? Michael looked up. Under your bed, is something important? A sudden look came across his face. Oh, just some emergency supplies. Nothing too special. I had an inkling of something more, but I figured I'd let him keep his privacy without prying anymore. I see. Michael watched me for a moment or two before clearing his throat. Hey, Firefly? I mean to ask. Do you remember what you said at the river? The river? Oh! Where I tripped. Pursed my lips in thought. Not really. Everything feels fuzzy to me. Seemed disappointed. Oh. Even a little? Shook my head. Why, did I say something stupid? Just some things. It made me happy. Oh god, I think I did say something stupid. Verka asked about it. You already gestured towards the bed. Well, you should get some sleep, Firefly. I want to wake up nice and early to find out if you slept, right? Idea of looking for my cat once more made me revolt. You really think we'll find him? Michael looked on edge, pocketing his hands. Doesn't hurt to try, but does hurt to hope. His face twitched. Well, he was flat as he thought of something to say, clearly struggling. Filling up his mouth to respond to words slow and careful. Here for you? Thank you, Michael. He nodded, a strange mixture of polite happiness and hidden anxiety playing across his face. He's probably not used to another person sticking around this long, let alone someone going through a loss he could care less about. Maybe I've been enough of a burden to him. Actually, can you just send me home? His brows raised his posture strain in surprise. Are you sure? What about Laffy said? Do you want to see if we can find him? I'm sure. Look at apprehension across his face. But so soon. Laffy said could be out there. We can still try to. Michael, please. I can't think about him right now. I just want to go home. Here's what this leave discouraged him. But I looked like he had so much to say, but whatever turmoil going on in his head was completely slipped behind a reassuring smile. Okay. Get some sleep, Firefly. You've been through a lot. He collect his blankets again, already arranged them into a nest like the night before. Words left before her mouth, but I could think twice. Do you want to use the bed tonight? He stopped in his tracks. Oh, no, I don't mind the floor. I meant we'd be sharing the bed. Is my hurt gonna take a fucking cuddling CG? Is Suki's hurt gonna take it? Patty. Have I gone too deep with this flirting with this poor boy? You're using my common sense here. Please tell me, Pat. I get soap, and I want to cool fellow pattern stencils. Try to carve a carbon and try the best, but it worked out. For the purpose died tonight. Hearing it out loud just made me want to slap myself across the face. Michael blinked at me before laughing lightly. My bed's too small for two people, don't you think? I don't think it'll be comfortable for either of us. He eyed the bed frame before looking back at me. I'll be alright. Daddy crouched on the floor and started standing up on his bed. His tail swaying languidly. I laid down and faced the wall. A sharp sting of embarrassment in my chest refusing to go away. Why did I ask that? That was so stupid. I needed a sense of comfort. I mean, I just needed him. Whatever it was, at least he took it at face value. I wasn't sure what I'd do if he said yes. Damn it. Show you the logs? Oh, you're not paying attention, Patty? Okay, I understand. Last thing I heard was the gentle cracklings of the fireplace, accompanied by Michael's knitting needles clicking away in the dark. Before I knew, I could hear the birds chirping outside the window. First thing I noticed was the fire must have gone out, considering I couldn't hear the familiar pop and snap that came with the room's ambience. The second I realized was the hands gently shaking my shoulder awake. Wake up, sleepyhead. I started yawning as I sat up in bed. Michael beamed, hand still on my shoulder. There you are. Had a good sleep? I mumbled incoherently. I smiled wide in a grin as I blinked myself out of my woozy state. But I didn't know any better. He seemed to enjoy waking me up in the morning just to see my disgruntled expression. Breakfast is ready. Wash up and meet me in the kitchen, alright? Give me a second. That's my assent, humming in response. Something sentries up to ruffle my hair, messing up my bed head further. Hey. He merely laughed at my indignant squat before reminding me once more to get up, his steps already thudding towards the kitchen. Recovering after a moment, I stared at the wall and pondered my situation for a second and made my way to the bathroom. This was the third day since I left my house. Missing work, missing my cat, missing my sense of direction. I gotta get back to my life. Today. Quieting myself on my goal, I padded into the bathroom, freshened up, joined him in the kitchen. Mike was already seated, cutting into some pancakes. My eye was bright as I entered the kitchen, his tail flicking closer to my seat as I sat down. A similar sack of mouth-watering pancakes was placed across him, waiting for me to dig in. But I couldn't bring myself to muster up an appetite with so many thoughts filling up my head. He seemed to notice the look on my face, laughing nervously. You look serious. Something on your mind, Firefly? I picked up my fork, twiddling and fit. Just worried about getting home. Michael farted as he lifted a piece to his mouth. Oh, you're still thinking about that. He seemed annoyed, which was a first. Of course. I've been gone for 3 days. People probably think I've gone missing. His gaze lowered, almost grumbling. Is that so bad? What? Yeah, it's bad. Why do you sound like you didn't even care? Michael frowned. Ooh, looking up at me now. Why do you sound like you're desperate to leave? What? It's all you ever think about. Are you not happy here? Is it not enough? I started rubbing the fingers over my eyes. Michael, we've gone over this. I said it once and I'll say it again. You've done so much for me already. I can't pretending everything's okay here. I want to go home. I need to go home. Second deep breath, putting something dashful under his breath. I just only wanted to. He seemed to be battling himself before finding his side. I'm sorry. You're right. Of course you're right. Stone seemed genuine even though hurt in his eyes were clear as day. So Michael seems in this up. There's so much going on in the subtext. You know, besides that, you know, rewriting our thoughts. I'll send you back to bed. I narrowed my eyes. I mean it this time. I promise. He held his hand over his chest. I swear on my heart. Fuck. I trust him. I mean, how could I not trust him? He was my last hope. Okay. I paused for a moment before adding quickly. Thank you. He nodded and went back to eating, watching me expecting as he continued to bite. It was more before he swallowed and spoke again. Can you promise me something? We know his heart is in his chest. That's a good point. It's the tail. It's the tip of the tail. His voice was quiet and looked for lack of a better word. Vulnerable. What is it? Promise me? The mouse hung moment for a second or two before he laughed. Promise me you were lying when you said you liked my cooking. I snorted. Are you kidding? Do I look like the kind of person that'll lie? I'm offended, Michael. He laughed again, light and airy. But I dared to look closer. I could tell it was fake. Probably didn't want to make our last moments tense and awkward. The least I could do was meet him halfway. Before we found ourselves walking down our path from Michael's, it was different today, probably because he didn't have any detours in mind. We walked in silence for a while. The only thing accompanying us were the sounds of nature in our footsteps. You can tell what Michael was thinking. I knew he wasn't the talkative type, unless spoken to, but right now he seemed eerily quiet. His back was tense, eyes looking nowhere but forward. His voice was itching to say something, anything. But it felt like the both of us had some thoughts to digest, despite it being easier to just say it out loud. So the silence was getting unbearable. So, we were faltering steps at the sound of rustling. Michael's ears perking in a direction. What was that? Hands were already raising to hold his crossbow, deftly cocking it with an experienced pull of the string, until a solid click was heard. Stay quiet. Stay close. I swallowed, my heart picking up speed. He started stalking low towards the source of the noise, his boots barely making a sound compared to my clumsy footsteps. The rustling continued to sound like a scuffle was occurring between the bushes. Closer, closer, till my ears picked up an unfamiliar, high-pitched sound. It sounded like a tiny infant screaming. What? As more of that was, Michael actually relaxed as he recognized it. His steps hastened silently towards the source, perhaps alluring until he came across exactly what was caused the disturbance. Don't tell me he's gonna kill it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. A rabbit. A small, delicate foot snagged in an old rusty trap. His little body trembles as it breathed fast and shallow, no doubt scared out of its mind. Mike regarded it emptily before unloading his crossbow, disturbed by the caught rabbit, but at the same time relieved at the absence of a threat. Just a rabbit. Sweeping a crossbow behind his back and out of sight, he looked at it for another moment before looking up towards me. Let's keep going, then. My mouth dropped in shock. And leave that poor thing behind? He raised a brow, confused at my bewilderment. Yeah? But it's going to die. The face twitched into confusion. That's generally what happens to prey animals. Yes. He was so nonchalant about it, I had to keep my emotions in check. We can't do that. Look at it. His expression was understanding if a little annoyed. I am. Someone left it trapped. A rabbit gets caught in it. That's how it works. What do you want me to do? Set it free? Obviously. He was frowning now. I can't. If someone is nearby, they'll be suspicious how their catch got free. Does that matter? Animals escape traps all the time. That poor thing's suffering. Suki, I know you're smart in this. If it doesn't die today, it'll die tomorrow. To a trap, to a fox, to a hunter. Probably even survive along with its injured foot if we set it free. Prolonging the inevitable. Could you put it out of its misery then? He hesitated. Do you really want me to do that? No. But even then, we don't even know if someone's coming back for it. The thing looks so old. He sighed patiently, looking stubborn in his decision. That's the point of a trap. It's to keep things right where they are until you come back. The way he said it just rubbed me the wrong way. Oh. This is a tough one because I'm looking at this like too realistically and not. Okay, let's say on one hand, free the animal because it's it's a prey animal, things like that. Secondly, it's a rabbit. On the other hand, he's our guide. You kind of want to agree with him so he can get you out of here quickly. He also has a fucking crossbow, so. And that's another thing. As a hunter, I get it, and that's another thing. Like, I hunt, so I understand like where he's coming from. But also, as someone who hunts and has encountered illegal traps before, unless you know how to take apart a trap like that, you're just going to have a clamp down on your hands. I've known someone who has lost fingers because of it. Like, so like a part of me is like, yeah, obviously you take apart a trap, but like unless you know that trap and how to disarm the trap, you're just going to get yourself hurt. You know what? And for a penny, as as the saying goes, train wolf his own tail. He's being realistic. In a way, his logic makes sense, but still, I could barely have news the cause he was being. For someone so sweet as hens, he was so indifferent about the poor rabbits shaking at her feet. Again, once more, my heart breaks and started to squeak. Michael. Okay, follow me. Who does it say what was right and wrong? Maybe he had a point. Just one small rabbit in the grand scheme of things. We could just let it be. Michael's led back where he came. The struggling squeaky noise of the rabbit eventually drowned out by the sound of the farce around us. It flew into its fate. It spread across my cheek, chest like an achy mole by colleagues to float. It's just nature. Let it be. Let it be. Michael took the lead, his footing sure and confident. I noticed my unsteady gait beside him, as he slowly veered towards a clear path could easily follow. Thankful for the lives, I was gently grateful but for that. Much as the forest was growing on me, getting my feet caught in roots and twigs every few steps got tiring after a while. I was just fell into rhythm next to each other. I peeked at Michael every once in a while, trying to gauge his movement or what happened. Even after spending so much time with him, he was difficult to read. I could tell them both wear their heart on their sleeves, yet keep it stitched tight, never let anyone come too close. I knew he had circus he wanted to keep close to his chest, but I wished he'd just open up to me a little. The silence that hung in the air was making my skin prickle. What's your favorite animal? I was so caught in my thoughts that I didn't realize I blurred the first thing that came to mind. He regarded me curiously, ears flicking. My favorite animal? Pursed his lip and thought before his ears perked. Jellyfish. I did double take. It was one thing for to have an answer so readily, but the choice was something else. Why jellyfish? I thought it'd be, I don't know, a bird or something. He shrugged. They're pretty to look at least from pictures I've seen. So I kind of relate to them. He said that without zero hesitation. How exactly do you relate to jellyfish? Christian Folter was deciding on the right way he could explain his answer. Let's just say I have something in common. Yeah, you use like bright lights to lure your prey in and eat them, Michael. I know this game. With a jellyfish. Well, one jellyfish. In what way? That they're pretty to look at? A strangled noise slips past his throat. No. You wouldn't get it. Try me. No. I grin like a dying whale in exasperation, slowly shrunk like I did back wrong. He's not going to elaborate anymore, is he? Probably spot the vein growing on my forehead as he snickered. Relax, Firefly. You're going to faint on the spot if you think any harder. Yeah, well, it'll be your fault. His smile dropped for a second before his cheeky grin returned. Touch. Touch? Touch what? Touch. I stared at him. He's trying to say touche. His happy grin shifted into confused frown. Touch what it's like saying you're right. You mean touche? He smiled sinisterly. Yeah. This man will be the death of me. Quite literally. Quite literally he's going to be the death of us. I'm 3 hours into this game and I don't know if we're anywhere near the end. He left my skirt up grimace, waving a hand hastily. What about you? What's your favorite animal? This hurts. Game, you're really pulling at my heart now. You're really hurting me here. Your chickens. He looked taken aback, clear, not expecting an answer. Really? Yeah. He wouldn't have fallen in love with little darlings. He seemed pleased with that answer. His already wide smile softening further. You're right. Who wouldn't have fallen in love with a little darling? We continued with idle chatter after that. I didn't know how much time has passed. The street started to thin out. The sounds of nature muffling as the happy started to grow scarce. Suddenly I heard the song get familiar rumble of a car in the distance. I almost didn't pick up on it, following immersed in whatever Michael was rambling about. Something with the life cycle of a topsy-turvy door D or whatever it was he called it. Oh, have we really walked that far already? I left Michael's side and rushed forward. He made a sound surprised but followed suit. Near the edge of the forest as another car drove past. I recognized my street instantly. Breaking to a light jog, I almost missed Michael calling for my name as I ran down the road. There! Boss was visible from where I stood by the street. I was breathing heavily by the time Michael approached my side, the man barely making sound as I took it in sight. Oh, I missed this. I didn't thank Michael in the star when a bundled stranger took his place. This is fucking adorable looking. I love this. Ah, sorry. People about. I couldn't see anyone around, but I could see it was right to be safe. I guess this was a version of the disguise. If I were to pass him on the street, I don't think I would bother to look twice. I mean, I wouldn't say thank you to your face, but except for this, I guess. Chuck was muffled underneath his scarf. He pulled it down so he could speak properly. Did I scare you? I got distracted. Michael's eyes squinted from where I could see them. I wonder how you don't get lost every 20 steps. Hey! He laughed at my offended tone. You better not go back in there, got it? I'm not always going to be around to find you. Who says I need you around to find me? Almost instantly his eyes hardened on their sunglasses. I'm serious. Don't go wandering those far woods again, or I might have to start taking drastic measures to make sure you stay right where you are. I sputtered indignantly. I wander where I please. Sure. He looked over my shoulder towards my house. So that's where you live, huh? Looks cozy. I wasn't sure if he was being genuine considering he lived in his wooden backhands in the middle of nowhere. So then he picked up with a thought. Do you want to come by? His eyes darted towards me, shocked at his face. Me to your home? I nodded. He froze completely. For a second I thought he stopped breathing. I love to. Sudden barking and a shout startled us both, my body jerking forward as his arm yanked me close. I heard a soft rustle of sunglasses fall to the grass from the sudden motion. His hastily worn beanie shaken off his head. Looking up just was the mirror calling out to her doll. Oh, looks like Vita's back from college. Paul's feeling his grip tighten. Looked down on my hand on my shoulder before glancing up at him. Michael? He snapped back to his presence, hands released me quickly. Sorry. I looked towards my neighbor and the dog for an arm move returning back to me. I don't think it's a good idea for me to go with you. I don't want to be seen. I feel deflated just a little. But you have your disguise, don't you? He shook his head insistently. We love a human disguise. You know, very normal. I can't risk it. It's better this way. He spoke with finality, though starting to become familiar. If he was unwilling, fine. At least I was. If he could pick up his accessories, I already gently grabbed his wrist. And I come visit you instead? What? I huffed impatiently. If you won't come to mine, then I'll go to yours. I was getting rare and speechless. Why would you ever want to see me again? At this point, I was starting to look and sound peeved. For all his good traits, his constant need to build his walls higher around me was starting to get annoying. I felt my arms looking stern. His eyes widened as he made preparations, ears flattening like a cat in the middle of scolding. Michael, can you just accept the fact that maybe I enjoy your company and wouldn't mind more? I'm sorry, Jess. Nobody's ever. But you want to go home so badly. Oh, this man's hopeless. Yes, of course I do. Doesn't mean I'm going to forget about you completely. Besides, I promised I'd show you what the phones could do, didn't I? The distinct fact that there's probably not much I can show when there's no data in the woods. I'm sure he'd be enthralled by whatever dinky mobile game I installed at the time. The point was I just wanted to see him again. So that means I get to see you again? Pick up the eager tone in his voice, realizing he wished for the same sentiment. Yeah, I want to. So, voice warbled for a second. Firefly, he clears his throat, laughing to himself. Suki, you can't imagine how much that means to me. A lot. It means a lot. More than you know. I nodded, a giddy smile creeping onto my own face. How's next weekend? He tilted his head. That's 7 sundowns from now. 5. His mouth widened, eyes squinting in absolute delight. Okay. I'll meet you here then. I smiled at him, figuring this was goodbye. No, you're fucking hugging him. I didn't think twice. Arms spread and wrapped around him before he could react. Michael froze from head to toe. Inhaling sharply, his shoulders tense. For a second thought, I triggered a fight or flight or freeze response. It took a few seconds before he shifted to replicate. Lightly placing his hands on the small of my back and loose hold, fingertips splayed awkwardly along my spine. He seemed to gain confidence as he wrapped his arms around me, properly, a shaky sign leaving his body as he relaxed. A rhythmic rumble emitted from my chest, my eyes winding at the strange feeling. Was he purring? I knew I heard the sound before. He was definitely purring. I didn't have time to dwell on it for long. His grip was getting tighter. 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 I was about to spiral out jet to protest when another car passing by made him jump and release me. I stepped away to catch his breath after the squeeze. His arms dropped to his sides with a blank stare in my direction. Oh! Out of the corner of my eyes, I could see his hands clutching tightly as holding himself back. I looked at him, expecting him to say something first. Then he just stared at me, like I grew a third eye. Which is ironic. I quickly cleared my throat, cheeks starting to burn. Anyways, I gave him one last punch on the shoulder. It felt like punching a sack of grains. I'll see you next weekend. Knowing the heat on my face, I looked both ways before jogging across the street. Oh. Nagara looked up as I pushed, eyes lighting up in recognition. Suki? Oh my god! They're adorable as well. Their hands fidgeted with the frisbee in their hands as they approached. Their ever-loyal Leica followed close behind. Is Michael gonna get jealous? I was wondering where you've been. I dropped by to give you some cake over the weekend, but you weren't home and you didn't answer your phone, and your package was piled up on the door, and I held my hand up in a placating gesture. Vita, I'm fine. Her feet like it was dutifully pawing at their elbow to calm them down. Their mouth stopped midway, though nursing is blinking rapidly. Sorry. They reached down to pat like his head, figuratively calmer as they asked me again. Where were you? Where have you been? I was, visiting a friend. For digital detox? Off the grid and all that. They blinked slowly, nodding. Oh, that sounds exciting. By the tone of their voice, they didn't mean that at all. Oh, what about Lafayette? Did you manage to find him? My mood instantly dropped. No. That's why I went away in the first place, you could say. It took a few seconds for Vita to understand what I meant. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. They shredded and flashed empathy on their face before they smiled. Well, Like and I are around for the semester break if you need anything. We should do a movie night. Maybe that'll lift your spirits. I found this really good one I think you like. I did some research and I feel like it's right up your alley. Like and I could take a quick drive to the store. Just let us know when you're up for it. I could get your favorite snacks and stuff. Like I gave a happy bark at the familiar word. A fond smile quirked on my lips. Thank you, Vita. I'll bring the orange soda. Their expression lit up happily. Take care. I bid them both goodbye to walk up my driveway. Once I got to my door, I had to urge to turn around one last time. Oh, I can see you. I was surprised to see Michael still standing by the forest edge, shut up by the trees. I see you. Our eyes made contact, his own a fierce, piercing yellow shining against the shade. I gave him a big wave. It took a moment before he waved, but he waved back. Bound myself, I unlocked the front door and let myself in. Surreal standing in my doorway again. I felt like Alice who just woke up at the end of the book feeling like I'd been dreamed of Wonderland. Tossed my keys in my backpack to the hall carelessly before plunging my phone into the charger. Dreaded playing catch up with the people who might try to reach me during my absence. Work, family, friends. Groaning aloud, flopping onto the living room couch. Ah well, at least I had this weekend to look forward to. What a game. What a game. So we did it. We didn't get the bad ending. That's good. I wonder where are some of the bad endings now. But I'm glad I stuck through to the end. What a game. And that was just the 0.3, so it must be like a whole week at least. God, what a game! What a game! And I should probably rate out because it's been 3+ hours. I am so hooked into this game. And I think we'll rate out to Mumu. That was a ride. And I guess if you don't play along, you you get the bad endings. Oh, and Crown, just give you a heads up, like the first hour is the first two like games really. So like you might have to like skip through like the first like 30 minutes or so. But we're gonna go right over to Moo, and I just have a lot to unpack emotionally after that. But thank you and take care. I'll see you all actually like tomorrow for some Amori. So see you then.